All right, what's good? Good morning. Yes, we are back. Ray Patterson in the building. What's good? Herbert Johnson in the building. What's going on, man? Melvin Rush, what's going on, man? Hey, thank you. He said, good morning. Congrats on your son's health. For real, father. For real, one father to another. Another eye behind on the videos because I'll be watching, but I watch you. Hey, thanks, Melvin Rush. Thank you, brother. Yeah, man, I appreciate that, man. That was stressful, man. For me, that was stressful. Real stressful, man. Because my son is, yeah, man. But we figured out what it was. It was diet. It was diet. And for a while, he probably wasn't exercising. He was just like up in his room, laying around in his room all day long, eating, pouring salt on food, and you know what I mean? I'm glad, man. Thank you, man. Stone Alone, what's going on, brother? How you feeling, man? He said, good morning, Grand Rising Phenomenon in the chat. Today, a king was born. It's my birthright. What's going on, man? Happy birthday, bro. Oh, yeah, rinse me up, sir. Oh, my bad, man, for sure. Hold on a second, Stone Alone. You changed the name. You changed the spelling on your name. But hold on, man. One quick second, brother. Hold on 1 second. Let me get on back to you, brother. Let me get on back to Stone Alone. So where's Stone Alone at? Yeah, there you go. Stone Alone 5. There you go. Got you. You changed that spelling on your name, though. But I trust it as you. I trust it as you, brother. I trust it as you. Falcons, false start Falcon. What's going on? Dwayne Jones in the building. What's going on? Gilbert Jimenez. What's good? Hey, by the way, where's Freddie Jimenez in the building? If you ain't here, let me give that shout out to you, brother. Darnell Schaefer, Balo in the building. Double zeros, what's happening? Asante L. Antonio King, what's good? Fanon, who wins Gary Antoine versus Bartholomew? Gary Antoine. Give me Gary Antoine. Give me Gary Antoine. At least I'm hoping for Gary Antoine. I like Ramses Bartholomew, though. I like Ramses Bartholomew. Ramses Bartholomew can throw them hands. Yeah, he can. Ramses Bartholomew can throw them hands, dog. Ludicino Dadon in the building said, Bud at this point doesn't want to see Errol become undisputed like him, basically holding the belt hostage, trying to sell it. He knows he loses to him. Hey, man, I don't know, dog. I don't know, man. I think he wants to win that fight, dude. He just need to go ahead and get that deal done, man. Go ahead and get that deal done, bro. Cal L. Coolin in the building. What's going on? Big Block, $7 in the building. Adrian Molina, what's happening? Lil, what's happening with you, sir? Love Down Gaither in the building. Brandon, what's happening with you, man? Ken Harvey. My name ain't Blue. I ain't Blue, but what's going on, Love Down? Tevin Smith in the building. What's going on? Joshua Furlong, what's happening? With everybody. Everybody. Stone Alone said, yeah, I changed it. Hey, much love in that super chat. Yeah, brother. I was just checking. Just want to let you know. I recognize you, brother. I didn't want nobody sleeping on you. I don't want nobody else like, yeah, dog. I trust it, because who would do that quick? You know what I'm saying? Who would do that quick? Texas OG said, yo, Fanon, what are your thoughts on Keyshawn Davis? Hype or not? Definitely not a hype, man. He's a good fighter. Tough, very, very strong fighter, man. I like Keyshawn Davis, man. He deserves all the credit that he's getting. As long as people don't go over the top with it. You know what I'm saying? As long as people don't go over the top and start saying, it's time for him to fight Gervonta and things like that. I mean, he's got 5 or 6 fights. But other than that, man, yeah, he looks real good, man. Real good, man. Definitely going to be a top level fighter. Definitely somebody to worry about. Richardson Hitchens. What's that other kid's name, man? Got a bunch of kids, man. Bunch of really good shots, dog. Simon A said, Fanon, count out to see how long before what? Lunch pack crew distract the chat with Lord. Oh, he don't cut. Oh, look, no, because today's the day of links, so Quincy's not going to be here. This is the day. Oh, yeah, now, yeah, Frank Martin. Or somebody else I was thinking about too, but yeah, Frank Martin for sure. I got money. He's not going to come, man. He's not going to do that, dog. He's not going to do that, dog. He's not going to do that. I doubt very much, but we always hear, man. We always here in case that's the case. He said, "What's up for nine? Tired of Crawford not signing. He not ready for Spence to send him into retirement. You know what, man? He could be just playing mind games, bro. I'm telling you, I wouldn't put it past these. I wouldn't put him past him to just be playing mind games. Like I ain't no hurry. I'm just gonna wait around, see what I can get at the last second. I'll accept. You know, he could be doing more than likely that. I think that's the highest probability. Irritate people. But Terence, Errol, I do believe is already training. Like, whatever, dude. I'm getting ready for this. All of that. Hey, Fry's podcast in the building. What's going on, man? Hey, man. Hey, man. So, do you think Devin's going to drop the belts? Is Devin going to drop the belt? Is Devin going to drop the belts, bro? Samir, your thoughts on Fulton versus MJ? Stevie Fulton, who is MJ? Say the full name. Who is MJ? I can't. Who's MJ? Senior, you think you're going to drop them belts, man? Very reactionary, man. Very reactionary. He'll drop the belts, but maybe after a couple more fights. Look, let me tell you, man. If you drop the belt, if after a couple more fights, he's going to be at 140. At a couple more fights, he's going to be at 140. He's not going to continue. He's not going to take. Subjugated Truth said, Fanon, I'm tired of all the EJ Bud fight talk. Either make the fight happen or I'm going to hold you personally responsible. Yeah, man, people act like me. People act like, hey, there are people that act like it's my fault. Hey, man, Subjugated Truth, brother. Thank you for that support in the super chat, brother. That means a lot, bro. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much, brother. And Jeffrey Brooks in the building. Jeffrey Brooks said, I'm hearing Bud is threatening to pull out of negotiations of talks that he can't get. I hear Bud is threatening to pull out of negotiating talks if he can't get that 25 mil he's asking for. Dude, if he is asking for 25 million, that fight ain't happening, homie. Pull out, dog. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Just go and get out. Get out. Okay? You're not going to get $25 million for that, bro. All right? Sorry to break it to you. $25 million not happening. So if he's going to pull out of negotiations over $25 million, go ahead and do it. Rise Podcast says, bunch of BS in my eyes, Fanon. Look, let me tell you something, man. Dog. All I'm saying is do it. Go ahead. Because if you do that, you can't even do that. Because if you don't have the belts, why fight you? You're not going to get any money for the fight. If you don't have the belts, you're not going to get paid any money for the fight. You're going to be, because it's such a lopsided scenario, bro. The money is such a lopsided scenario. Keep the belts. He deserved 30 million. No, he don't. Joe Schmo said, Fanon, what you think about Pogray not getting a shot at 2 vacant titles? I think Devin and Tio struggle with the top 140 guys. Hey, what I think is Regis Prograis got promotional problems. Regis Prograis got promotional problems. That's a promotional problem. Right there. Bob Arum, Bob Arum is going to get one of his guys because Bob Arum knew that they were going to drop the fight. So Bob is right there. Hey, man, this guy's going to drop. We're going to petition to get Jose Ramirez in there. Oh, okay. Thank you. I think Stevie, I don't know about the guy, but I'm going with, 00 said Fanon, MJ is more Dajan Akhmadalev. Give me Stevie Fulton Jr. I don't think Steve Fulton Jr. is going to get beat in that weight class. Give me Steve Fulton Jr. But I haven't seen that guy fight, so I couldn't tell you. Or if I did see him fight, I don't remember him. There's a lot of guys that I see fight that I don't remember. Like, and then when the fight happens, I'm like, oh, I did see him fight. Oh, okay, I've seen him fight. I just really wasn't paying that much attention to it like that. It was just on the screen. And I'm watching the boxing, but I'm not really paying attention to the guy's name. I have, in order to remember somebody's name, I got to hear it like 15 times because I'm old. No, not because I'm old, just because I'm not very good with names, man. I suck with names. I suck, but I'm very good with concepts. So I understand concepts. I don't remember names very well, though. Bud is ducking behind his asking fee. Dude is ridiculous. This fight will easily do 100 million. No belts involved. The build up way too long. Bud and Spence both deserve 30 million. Their lives, risking their lives. Let me tell you something. All those guys risk their lives, and they do not. You know who risked their lives? As a matter of fact, let me stop. Tim Stoudemire. Terence Crawford is risking his life less against Errol Spence Jr. than Carlos Ocampo risked it. And to be really extreme, if I fight Errol Spence Jr., I'm risking my life. Seriously risking my life. It's less of a risk for Crawford because Crawford's a better fighter. It's less of a risk. He don't deserve it because of that. You don't. You deserve the fight because you have a good record. Everybody's risking their life, though. That's just part and parcel, dog. You walk in the ring, you're risking your life. You risking it in a sparring match, which reminds me. Hey, dog, they don't like that 8-ounce glove argument. He said, actually, you a great point you just made, OG. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to tell you? Don't do it's more of a risk for a guy that can't fight than it is somebody who can fight. Top level fighter. You know what I mean? They've minimized that risk significantly because they ain't sitting up there getting teed off on. Dawson Nesbitt, Crawford should fight Keith first, then ask for that type of money. Yeah, he's just there. That's not going to get that type of money. He's just not going to get that type of money. Do the math. How are you going to get 25 million? Where's the 25 million? Exactly. Adam Rosario said electricians risk their lives. Hell yeah, they do. And they ain't getting no $30 million for that. You know what I'm saying? Drug dealers risk their lives. They ain't getting, some of them getting $30 million for that. Yeah, a whole lot more than that, I would suspect some of them. Anyway, but cats just on the corner risking their lives for that. They ain't getting $30 million. For now, what happened to Boots Thurman talk? Thurman don't want that smoke. Thurman is smokeless. Trying to tell you, he's a vape pen. He don't want that smoke, bro. He don't want that smoke, brother. But yeah, but I don't know about that fight with Moragine. I think it's Moragine. I've heard it pronounced Moragine. I really can't tell you about that fight, man. But back to this question, Joe Schmo hit. Dude, Regis Prograis was with the PBC for like one fight. And then he often signed with another promoter. Now he's over there. Who did he sign with? Probellum? It's just bad luck, dude, because he's over there messing around with those cats over there around Daniel Kinahan. And now Daniel Kinahan ain't got no clout. And anybody around him, nobody got any clout. They don't want to work with him. So now he's in a situation where, it's like, dude, you got to pick your poison, man. Like, that's one of the things that I would say I respect about a lot of those top-ranked fighters. A lot of those, they rock with Bob Arum. Bob Arum going to get you the fights now. You know what I'm saying? Bob Arum going to get you the fights now. He's going to get you the fights. Jeffrey Brooks said, everybody's risking their life just as equally. All it takes is that wrong blow or 100 blows. You got that right. No doubt. Subjugated truth, is Crawford ever made $10 million in a fight? Not according to the records that are out there. But anyway, there's not $30 million to pay in that fight. It's just not. There's really not. There's not all that money. And there's not $30 million to give him. That means it's got to be $130 million to him, right? Or say $25 million to him, right? $25 million to him means the fight has got to earn at least $100 million. $100 million means that you got to do a million pay-per-views. You got to do like 1.3 million pay-per-views. And you're going to have to do at least a $20 million and a $20 million gate. And then to get him that money. But what about Errol? I don't know how much Errol's making, but I guarantee you he's going to make more than Bud does. I don't know how much Bud is making, bro. He said, unless you're Bud Hoffenau said that boy was a vape pen. He is. He blowing that steam, brother. He blowing that steam, dog. Protection. What is this? Protection rat talking crap? Who are you talking to, man? You sick, bro? Who are you talking about, man? What are you talking about, man? Are you all right, man? You okay this morning? Look, man, all I know is Quincy Carter ain't showing up. Hey, Keith Nolan, brother, thank you, man. He said, hey, I don't have to go to work today. Good day, Fanon. Everybody in the chat. Glad to be able to just chill and listen to some good boxing talk. My favorite boxing channel. Thank you, brother, because you know we here in the morning, brother. Oh, you sick, bro, said not you, Fanon. Thank you, man. You know, I was like, hey, man, what did I do, dog? Why you picking on me? Why you, hey, man, much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you, brother, for y'all helping grow this channel, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, dog. I got to tell you, man, a year ago today, dog, I was in a hospital. Did not know what was going to go on with the rest of my life, dog. No joke, brother. And over the course of the last year, you guys helped me rebuild my channel. You got it to a place better than it has ever been. And, dog, thank you guys so much for continuing through having supported my channel during a very, very rough time in my life, man. Thank you very much. Just want to let you know, bro, it's been a year ago today, I was in a hospital. Sick as a dog. And I want to say thank you very, very much. Very, very, very much, dog. I would have came home from the hospital. I think I came home from the hospital 1 year ago tomorrow. Thank you guys for and you guys got my channel back to where it was. You guys got my channel higher than it had ever been. And I just want to let y'all know, thank you very much. That means a lot to me. And that's why I would get up in the morning every morning. Make sure we chop up with this boxing, bro. Cause I do not take you guys for granted. I don't take anything you guys do for this channel. Any of the support, whether it's a like button, whether it is a share, whether it is a super chat, I don't take any of that shit for granted. And I appreciate y'all so much, man. Yeah, thank you, Keith Nolan. Yeah, absolutely, man. Appreciate it, man. Put some respect on Fanon. He not the only good speaker, but a listener as well. Hey, thank you, Baze. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Barely been watching you for a year, bro. I'm happy that you recovered. Thank you, man. Yes, sir, I did. And I got to keep an eye on it now. Definitely got to keep an eye on it. But y'all helped. Hey, trust me, man. Y'all helped. You guys helped You guys helped so much. Thank you very, very much, man. Thank you very, very much. Hold on one second, man. Jeff, hey, man, Jeff in the building. Jeff Miller, much love in that super chat, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Oh, I try to be unbiased. Yeah, we kick it with the unbiasedness, man. Yes. Oh, by the way, I missed some yesterday. Lil in that Cash App from yesterday. Thank you so much, Lil, from yesterday. My bad, I didn't see that at the end of the deal. Also, my man, Paul Carrick, man, Bison, shout out to the Bison, said just supporting my interest. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Paul Carrick, I'm sorry I missed that yesterday. And also, my man, this morning, Mr. Old Gold in the building said, hey, Old Gold, hey, man, you ain't a oil gold. No, my man said oil gold. Much love in that Cash App, oil gold. I'm not going to say your name, bro. Appreciate you so much, man. I'm not going to say your actual real name. And my man, Avery 81st in the building. What's good, brother? How you feeling, man? You look in shape, man. You in that boxing gym. I see you there, man. That's what's up. Salute for Sussy Jimmy Torres. What's going on? Shout out to Puerto Rico, man. The greatest, my favorite. I ain't been there, but an island I would love to visit, man. Yes, sir, Mr. J23. Glad you made it back. My Aries 323 brother support. Thank you, brother. Mean that, man. That means a lot. Thank you, brother. Yeah, man. I am too, bro. Trust me. It was not tough. It was tough, man. It was tough, man. But it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Nate's Boxing Nation in the building. Hey, good morning, Fanon. Do you think a Rock will ever fight? Do you think I Rock will ever fight again? Do you think a fight between him and Danny Garcia would be an interesting fight? You mean, do you think you're talking about J Rock? Not I Rock, J Rock, right? You talking about J Rock? Yeah, I think J Rock will fight again, and I think it'll be a good. Yeah, him and Danny Garcia would be a good fight, bro. No doubt. Hey, thank you, Avery 81st. Yeah, I think it'll be a good fight, man. Yeah, I think you'll see J Rock back. Honestly, what I'd rather see J Rock be is a trainer. Like, I really think that he would be a great trainer, man. That's what I would like to see from J Rock, because I don't want to see him get hit no more. But I like J Rock, man. J Rock is one of my favorite people. Yeah, no worries, man. I got it, J Rock. Yeah. It's not hard to do because it's the same weight class and they're from Philly, you know. Yeah, man. But I just hope that I would like to see him be a trainer, man. I would like to see him get into a gym and train kids and get, I like to see him in the corner. Just like Gary Russell Jr. is about to be in that corner, dog. Like Gary Russell Jr. is about to be in the corner, man. Be a great trainer. Dayton Nesbitt said, do you think Spence can beat Crawford if he can't fight moving backwards? Yeah, he can. If he can't, but he can. But if he can't fight moving backwards, yeah. First of all, how's Bud going to get him to fight backwards? I don't see Bud being able to do that, dog. You know what I mean? I don't see him pushing him back, man. I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him doing it. But yeah, he can, but he can fight backwards. And I'm telling you, I think he fights going backwards better than people think, bro. Hey, Eddie Wallace said, shout out to you, Fanon. Always a pleasure to hear your humble perspective. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. I try not to be, first of all, dog, I ain't going to be arrogant, dog. I ain't got shit to be arrogant about. I'm trying to tell you, man, like I said, that bottom, you know what I'm saying? Fall out of a tree and bust your ass. You won't get cocky on the branches. You know what I'm saying? Hey, dog, fall out that tree, bust your ass. You won't be swinging like a monkey off them branches no more. Let me go back, man. Spence isn't fighting backwards. Hey, look, he can fight going backwards. I know he can. I know that man can fight going backwards. No joke. I got absolutely no doubt in my mind that man can fight going backwards. My question is, how are you going to push that man forwards? I mean, how's he going to push him backwards? I just don't even get that, dude. Errol fights very well at a space, bro. He keeps his space very, very well, man. Tell you, man, these guys don't have Showtime. They don't buy pay-per-views. They don't subscribe to Showtime. More of these guys have seen it because this dude's fighting on ESPN. See, there's something else about that, too. You realize just on the average, more people watch Terence Crawford fights than actually watch Errol Spence Jr. fights. Because Errol's on a premium network and Terence Crawford's on ESPN. So these guys see that fight on ESPN. They see him fight on ESPN. It's on ESPN. Except for, of course, the Amir Khan fight, which, nobody watched. Except for like me and my boys. We was hanging out and watching that. He fought backwards against Kell Brook. Fanon, is it true? Hold on one second, man. Fanon, is it true Bud is the one holding up this fight? All signs point to him. Do you think illegal streaming will cut significantly into this pay-per-view numbers? Yes, absolutely. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. No doubt about it. It will for sure cut into that. Yes. Until they get technology in place where it prevents that, absolutely, yeah, they will, man. Absolutely. Remy Ogun says, sup, Fanon? How do you think EJ's jab compares to Ike Cortez? Wow, better. First of all, it's a southpaw jab. Southpaw jab, I think he's got a better jab than Ike Cortez. But I haven't seen Ike Cortez jab in I don't know, 25 years, something like that. So I couldn't tell you, man, really. But they both have very good jabs. I thought when you started that question, I thought you were going to ask me, how would I compare Errol's jab to Terence Crawford's jab? And I'm going to tell you, they're about to work that jab to death. I'm trying to tell you, against Bud, they're going to work that jab to death. To death. That is going to be that is not going to be easy for him if he takes it, bro. Avery 81st in the building. He said he fought backwards against Porter, so no issue. Dude, the man is he's an Olympic quarterfinalist, man. The guy can fight. The guy can box. The guy can box. Dude, that jab, he's going to put that jab out there like ain't nobody's business, bro. That jab is going to be there. The jab is the number one punch in boxing, man. You know? EJ jab is like a straight right, dude. It's very, very consistent, and he uses it to work his way inside. Very good jab, bro. And, you know, I'm sure Crawford's going to try to come over the top of that. And you try to come over, and then he's going to try to, after he tries to come over the top, he's probably going to try to have an uppercut or something like that waiting on him when Errol slips in. You know? We'll see, bro. New Harper in the building. I like that statement, man. Hold on. Let me get to my man, Mitzvah. Hey, man, you know what, man? I don't know why I don't want to keep saying bar mitzvah when I see your name. You're going to have to forgive me. Every time I see your name, I want to say bar mitzvah. You know what I'm saying? That's my bad. I always say bar mitzvah. Hey, I'm saying EJ can fight backwards, but nobody is making him fight backwards. He's going to move forward at will. He's going to be coming at that dude, man, if this guy takes his fight, man. Dog, let me tell you, man, when you take the fight, dog, just he in there working with Mike Tyson, though. He out there working with Mike Tyson. Hey, Cedric Warren in that Cash App, brother. Much love in that super chat. And by the way, Cedric, I forgot to say thank you because I didn't see your last Cash App. But now that I see this one, thank you so much for your support. Thank you. My man Cedric said, is Bud look bad, or is this all part of the negotiation? I just think I hope it's part of the negotiation. I can't tell you. I just telling these dudes ain't gonna pay that dude a lot of money, bro. All right. I don't know what he's doing, man, but hopefully it'll happen. I keep looking at my guy's page. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to give you no inside truths. But I've been looking at my guy's page, and I'm just waiting to hear something, see something. I'm waiting to see something. But they ain't giving nothing. Hey, he said, I saw a video of Ike Corte receiving an award over in Ghana a year ago, and he is fat with a beard. Oh, is he? Hey, man, he stopped working out, dog. That's what's up. He's chilling. Errol has the best jab. DH in the building. Errol has the best jab in boxing, not because of speed, but because of range, finding, and pop, power, and timing. Absolutely, bro. He's got a great one, man. Nate Boxing Nation, were you ever a fan of Jeff Lacy? No, I was not. I never believed in Jeff Lacy. I'm going to tell you, two fighters I never believed in. Nothing against them personally. I just never believed in them. I didn't believe in Jeff Lacy. I did not believe in Andre Berto. And somebody else that fits that bill, I never believed in Isaac Dogbay. I do not believe in fighters like that, bro. Do not believe in fighters like that. I do not like muscle-bound fighters. I do not like big, muscular fighters, short, muscular fighters in weight divisions. I do not like them because they're going to run into some tall, long-ass dude that is going to jab the piss out of them. Do not like that. And that was the first thing that I was thinking. And when I first saw Keyshawn Davis, I was like, okay, I'm glad Keyshawn Davis is not in that mode. And the first time I saw him, I was like, is he one of these big muscular? Oh, he's not. He's more rangy. I don't really like that, dog. He's at 168 pounds. He looks like he should be fighting at 147. I was like, no, I don't like it. And then I saw him in person, and I saw him next to Winky Wright in person, and Winky Wright was bigger than him. Winky Wright's fighting in 154. Jeff Lacy's fighting in 168. And I'm like, how is this? Winky Wright is bigger than him. He was taller. He was longer. You didn't like Mike Tyson. I did like Mike Tyson. But I knew that was coming from Mike Tyson. Yeah, I liked Mike Tyson. But that's what happened with Buster Douglas. I wasn't terribly surprised. It was initial shock, right? But like in retrospect, I would, in retrospect, that loss makes sense to me because he's that long, very long, fast. That's kind of like, like Joe Frazier and Ali. If you can get on the inside, you can be trouble. But that's really not how that dude fought, man. Mike Tyson wasn't that big for a heavyweight, but he's very, very fast and way more talented than those guys. He's bigger, he's way more talented than those guys. He said the prison bid messed him up. I think that the death of his trainer really messed him up. But Mike Tyson was an excellent fighter, man. He's a very, very talented fighter. He had a very, very good hand speed. That's something that those guys didn't have that. Those guys didn't have the talent level that he had. Mittenma said, I think Crawford signed with Top Rank and not PBC a while back is because they pay more on the front end, which is the problem he's facing now. Showtime nor PBC is willing to pay what Top Rank was, not on the front end. Does Sean Porter fit that description? Yes, absolutely. Sean Porter fits that description. But more than that, Sean Porter is sloppy. More than that, Sean Porter is sloppy. That's why I'm not big on Sean Porter. Sean Porter's just sloppy. He's a sloppy fighter. He's an athletic fighter, but he's sloppy. So it's like, on that level of slop, or at that level, his punches are sloppy. How's he sloppy? His punches are sloppy. I don't know what you want to tell me. He runs in with his head down. He runs in chin first, depending on the circumstance. He likes to rough and he's like he was one of the dirtiest fighters I've ever seen, bro. Like when Sean Porter's best, he is one of the dirtiest fighters you will ever see. Like super dirty. I had no idea how in the world this dude was getting through fights being that dirty. And then he cleaned it up. But those punches he throw look sloppy to me. I don't know why. It's, you look sloppy to me, dog. I'm sorry. I can't. It's tough for me to explain. Opinions of boxing with Alden Johnson. What's going on, Alden? Good morning, Fanon. Just got done watching a very good fight between Marius Bradis and Jaya Alputa. This guy needs to know he just won the IBF Cruiserweight. Hold on a second. This guy, Jai, needs to be known. He just won the IBF Cruiserweight title. You have to see that fight. He beat him. He beat Marius Bradis. Marius Bradis lost? Was that this morning? Did Marius Bradis lose? Is that what you're saying? Wow, Marius Bradis lost? Okay, yeah, definitely got to check it up, bro. Keith Nolan said exactly. I think that loss to Douglas was more about D'Amato passing away and he left Teddy Atlas and Rooney. Is a mistake to leave his corner. Yep, sir. Yay, lost. Wow, man, that's what you get. That's what you get, losing your focus, bro. Wow, Marius Bradis lost, huh? I'll go check it out, man. Marius Bradis is a good fighter, man. Jeffrey Brooks said, what I don't understand, if EJ fights on pay-per-view and Bud fights on ESPN for free, how can you compare those numbers to determine who gets the percentage? Right there. How much money have you generated? If you're not generating any money, then there you go. You know what I'm saying? You didn't generate any money. That's how. You look at how much money they generated. If you're fighting on, but here's the thing. Terence Crawford has fought on pay-per-view. Jeffrey Brooks, he has fought on pay-per-view. He fought on pay-per-view in his last fight against Sean Porter. He also fought on pay-per-view, I do believe, against Amir Khan. So, and then he also fought on pay-per-view against Victor Postal. So, yeah, they have. Hey, man, yeah, I got to go. I'll check that fight out later today, man. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much, man. So, look, man, where's he at, man? I told you he ain't going to come. I told you he's not going to be here this morning. Told you. Quincy, where you at, Quincy? You supposed to get on today, Quincy. You know Quincy's supposed to be here, dog. And Quincy is a no show like a mug, dog. Where you at, Quincy? All right, where you at? Where are you? I'm looking for Quincy, bro. Where's Quincy? I told you he was not going to come. He was not going to be here. Eric Bowden said, Bud don't bet on himself this fight. Sells 500K. Pay-per-view buys easily. I think it could do 500,000, yeah, but do the math on 500,000. Marquis says he's prepping his lunchbox. Hey. Say yesterday's price is not today's price. It hasn't been a fight of this magnitude for a very long time. Look, man, I don't know what you want me to say, bro. Look, dude, the options are not there for Terence, man. They're not there for him. Just not there for him. I don't know what you want me to do. 7,500 ringside for Spence Bud fight. Look, man, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, man. The track record is not there. These guys ain't gambling. I'm telling you, they're trying to make a fight with the PBC. They're not trying to make, they're not sitting at a crap table. You know what I'm saying? They're not sitting at a craps table saying, all right, let's bet on black. Nah, dog, they not betting on black, dog. They not betting on black, dog. They're gonna be like, look, man, how much money do we know we're gonna make? What do we feel comfortable with? What is a comfortable, realistic projection for this fight? And they'll say, okay, well, we did this. Well, we think we feel comfortable about right here. And why would they know? Because they've made bigger fights than this. They've made smaller fights than this. Right? And they may be thinking, look, dude, these numbers are nothing like what you think they are. They're nothing like what we think they are. If you look at the fight between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Conor McGregor, they could say, look, man, that was a bigger fight. A much bigger fight. This is not that big a fight. It's not as big as Floyd may. They may say, look, dude, this feels a lot like Floyd Mayweather versus Shane Mosley. We think it's going to do about the numbers of Floyd Mayweather Jr., Shane Mosley. That's what they could be feeling, right? Because they have experience in this regard. Or they could be like, look, dude, this fight is not as big as Floyd Oscar De La Hoya. And they can trend out. Like, they could feel like, look, this is really not as big as, this is about as big as Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 1. And they're not guaranteeing those guys $30 million for those fights. Not going to do it, dog, you know? Hey, Jeffrey Brick said, okay, he's switching over to pay-per-view when he fights EJ. So why does PBC have base his percentage off of? They could base it off of the pay-per-views that he did over there at ESPN. And their own customer base. Here's the thing, man. The thing is this. It's not a big fight with casual fans. And that is a fair assertion. It's not big amongst casual fans. Where's the casual fan base at for this fight? Where's the casual fan base? Where's the fan base of people that really don't watch boxing? Who's bringing in that fan base? Let me know. Who is it? Who's going to bring in the Mexican housewife to make the food, right? To make the food for the fight party? Who? Where is this coming from? To me, it looks like it is a fan. To me, it looks like a fight for really hardcore boxing fans. It looks like it's going to get damn near 100% of hardcore boxing fans. Do you know how many hardcore boxing fans there probably are that are willing to buy pay-per-views? Probably 500,000. Something like that. I would suspect that it's somewhere around 500,000 hardcore boxing fans or moderate boxing fans that would say, all right, we buying this fight for sure. So if you're talking about 500,000, because you don't get like Canelo Alvarez fangirls. You don't get them. It's not like you got a bunch of Mexican casual fans and a bunch of black casual fans all coming together for a fight, or a bunch of Filipino or white casual fans coming in to watch this. You know what I mean? That's where I am on it. And that's what I think that's might be what they're saying. So if Bud wants this fight, Bud got to do one to get this fight big. Mexicans rock with Spence. Yeah. No doubt. But you get my point, though. Get my point, man. Now, I'm just telling you I'm telling you what Steven Espinoza said out of his mouth. Okay? Steven Espinoza said this. Is this a big fight? Yes. Is it that big a fight? No. And he ain't sweating it. You can hear it in his voice. He's like, yeah, there's a better chance than it was before. Dude, Steven Espinoza don't sound that amped about this fight, man. We sound amped about the fight. And I'm telling you, to me, I would be like, all right, no worries. I'm telling you, if it was me, he'd be fighting Keith Thurman. If I was in the place of Steven Espinoza, they'd be fighting Keith Thurman. No joke. Be like, nah, man, we need a Thurman fight first. We're gonna see how this Bud Thurman fight goes. We're gonna see how Bud Thurman goes. If you get 300,000 on Bud Thurman, all righty. Then maybe we in business. But I gotta see that first. Now, he said there's no need for that. And I'm also telling you what Tim Smith said. Look, man, we ain't in the business of building somebody else's fighter. Bud sign with the PBC. You got to sign with the PBC. Get you a deal with the PBC. I'm just telling you, man, these guys ain't all that in love with losing money. I feel you. People tell me all the time, Fanon, why don't you go interview fighters? Go. You want me to? So let me get this right. You would prefer if I go to interview Jaron Ennis, right? I don't live in New York City, okay, where I can drive an hour and a half, get an interview, drive home. No, for me, I have to actually drive to the airport. I got to pay for parking at the airport. I've got to fly, right? I got to get a hotel. Then I got a rental car. Then I got to drive to their gym, and I got to get the interview, do the interview, go back to my hotel, post the interview, get back on a plane, fly back, do all of that, right? How much money would it cost me, do you estimate, for me to interview Jaron Ennis in Dallas, in Philadelphia, right? It would cost me $1,000 for that interview. I would suspect it would cost, if I stayed at a raggedy ass hotel in Philly, it's going to cost me $1,000 to get that interview. So how bad do I want that interview? Right? I know you say just do it virtually. I understand. I got that. Do it virtually. I understand. That's the only way I could do it, is virtually. Because it's not worth it. Because other than me taking a vacation to go see family, interview on a Zoom call, yeah. But I would have to. You know what I'm saying? To do that, I would have to. But that's not an in-person interview. It's a Zoom call. Anyway, you get my point, bro. You get my point. You have to evaluate whether or not what you're doing is worth the money you're spending. Right? And that's just real. If that's because you want to be in business over the long time, say a couple cheesesteaks too. Exactly. Because I'm going to have to get one of them. He said, you're right, Fernando. Remember I asked you about interviewing him? Yeah, man. I wouldn't mind talking to him if on a Zoom call. But you know what I'm saying? I just do, but that's another issue altogether. You get my point. Right? You get my point. They're going to look at how much money it's going to cost them to do it and what they can get in return for other fights. And they got Jaron Ennis. I'm telling you, these guys have been in this for a long time. They'd be like, look, man. They say, hey, you seem like a really good chess player. I'm a decent chess player. My son be waxing me, though. I can't beat my son at chess. My son's a good chess player. I'm an all right chess player. Motorsports, Bud and EJ are on the same level of talent-wise. but not business. But if EJ wants undisputed, give Bud what he wants. Look, man, Bud gonna drop that belt anyway. Bud's gonna drop that belt anyway. Because if he can't get the fight, he got to go up there to he's gonna go to 154 and do what? Tank will be Michelle Rivera. What do you think, Fanon? You think he'll beat I think he'll beat Michelle Rivera, but that's Michelle Rivera. But Michelle Rivera's a good fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Michelle Rivera's a good fight. I certainly hope he gets made, man. No doubt. He said business trips and family time is a win-win tax write-off. Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. That's a tax write-off. It is. For sure. However, man, you get my point, bro. You know what I mean? You get my point. Because seriously, it still costs money. He gonna go to 154 and get whooped the same way by Charlo. Yeah, they got guys lining up in front of him, man. They may just freeze Bud out, dude. Seriously. And flush that fight. They be like, dog, I wouldn't be surprised, man, if they did that and flushed that fight. Like, I hope that they don't, bro. Nate's Boxing Nation. So out of all the welterweights right now, who's the next undisputed in your opinion? I don't think that if they don't make it, it's not going to happen. They don't make it, it's not going to happen. Honestly. If they don't make this fight, more than likely it's not going to happen. Because Jaron Ennis is the best in the division. Other than the two champions, Jaron Ennis is the best in the division. And if the belts get vacated, you better believe that Bob Arum's getting one, that WBO, and you better believe that what's his face, Oscar De La Hoya is probably going to get the WBC because of Virgil Ortiz. Because of Virgil Ortiz. That's what I think. Hey, man, much love in that super chat, Keith Nolan. Thank you for that support. Said, I don't know if people in the chat are like me, but I myself and other boxing fans have been trying to talk up the fight and get our casual friends interested, get sports fans we know excited about it. Yes, sir. That's why I talk about it so much. But the marketing geniuses, which are Bud Crawford's camp, ain't saying nothing about it. Dude, there's some eerie silence going on over there with Bomac, bro. When's the last time you heard Bomac say anything about this fight, man? Have y'all heard Bomac talk this fight up, calling people out, telling these dudes? You heard Bomac talking? Bomac is quiet as a church mouse. And that ain't easy. Yeah. Dayton Nesby said, do you think whoever loses in the Canelo GGD Trilly career over and needs to retire, whoever wins career is over? No joke. Whoever both those dudes' careers about to be over. And I'm telling you, man, do not be surprised if Gennady Golovkin gets that boy. Don't be surprised, man, if that fight turns out harder than you think. More difficult for that man than you think. Dayton Nesbitt. Dog, they didn't want that man flopped like a woo-wee. And I'm going to tell you something else too, dog. Man, Gennady Golovkin about to come in there, dude, and be like, dog, he's an older fighter for sure. But, man, he can get inspired now. You know what I'm saying? Them old dudes can get inspired for one. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes, because a lot of that stuff is when you get older, you may not feel like training. You may not be able to get get all the way up for the fight because you've been through so many. Gennady Golovkin, dude, and first of all, Gennady Golovkin is talking straight talk. Gennady's talking straight talk. He ain't out there making nothing up. I like Gennady Golovkin in this fight, man. Exactly. He got something to prove. Do not lunch, man. Do not lunch on Gennady Golovkin for this fight, man. And plus, Canelo's coming off a loss. Canelo coming off a loss and an ass whooping. His confidence ain't all the way flying. He ain't out there feeling like he's undefeatable. Do not lunch, dog, on Gennady Golovkin. And people say, oh, he's going to get knocked out. Dude, I honestly, man, I never even seen Gennady Golovkin hurt. I haven't even seen Gennady Golovkin hurt. Do not be surprised if the old man comes out there with something to prove, man. You know what I mean? Do not be surprised if that man ain't already on it. Like, look, man, I've been rest. Yeah, I'm ready. And he's been in the ring with him before too, so he knows what to expect. He's already been in the ring with him. This ain't no surprise to him. He's already been in the ring. He's already fought the guy 2 times. He knows what his punches feel like. And Canelo Alvarez is slower than he was. He's slower the first time he fought him. You know, do not be surprised, bro. Jeffrey said, drop me that link. It's Saturday. Okay, for sure, man. For sure. Yeah. I'm going to drop that link, but give me 1 second before I drop that link. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second before I drop that link. All righty. My bad. Are we back? We're back. All right, man. So let me drop this link, man. There you go. We can get it in this morning. Part of negotiate facts for now. What's going on? Okay, there you go. I dropped that link. Canelo fans are diehard. Some of them, dog. I think a whole lot of them cats left. They may be diehard, but they didn't buy that last fight. You know what I mean? They may be diehard, but they didn't pay for that last fight. Die hard don't mean never die. Die hard does not mean eternal. If you screw off, your fan base will leave you, man. Ask Adrian Bronner. Ask AD. Jeffrey Brooks in the building. What's going on, Jeff?
Hey, what's going on?
Man, I'm chilling, man. Enjoying my day, brother. How you feeling?
Oh, nothing much. Every time it's blood talk, I'm always just gotta tap in.
Yes, what's up? I ain't got no problem with the great Bud fans.
But here's really I just had that one question, man. Here's what, like I say, I'm confused at with this. If here's why I think that's going on too in the negotiation at the negotiation table. But let's say, like you say, the comparison to the pay-per-view. His last pay-per-view, I think, was Amir Khan or somebody like that. So
I'm sorry, I'm rolling my eyes. I'm rolling my eyes for something else, not you.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. You can't see. You can't see what I can see on the screen. Exactly. It ain't you, trust me.
Oh, exactly. So if I was saying if his last pay-per-view, Bud's last pay-per-view was with Amir Khan.
It was Sean Porter.
Well, that was ESPN Plus.
No. That was a pay-per-view. Sean Porter's on pay-per-view.
I remember ordering the ESPN Plus with Sean Porter just to watch.
No, Sean Porter. I promise you, Sean Porter's pay-per-view.
Who's the ESPN Plus then?
ESPN Plus was Kell Brook.
Oh, okay. Okay, well,
Yeah,
let's just use,
Sean Porter, they did like 125,000 on for Sean Porter, but Sean Porter was pay per view.
okay. Well, let's use Sean Porter there. Okay, so the whole thing is
Hold on, let me. Yeah, you still had to buy some Easters, right? He said still had to buy pay per view from ESPN Plus, but it was a pay per view on ESPN Plus.
right. So wait a minute, I don't remember ordering pay-per-view for that. I just
Hold on,
downloaded that
I'll
ESPN
verify
Plus.
it. It's not. They ain't nothing but a thing.
Yeah,
Watch,
I downloaded that
Sean.
ESPN. I just had to download it, and I had to pay. Well, shit, I still paid almost just as much as pay-per-view though. I want to say like
Yeah, dog, it
$60
was.
or
Look,
something like
man,
that.
Sean Porter. Sports news: the Crawford Porter pay per view can be purchased through ESPN Plus for
Oh,
$69.99.
yeah, okay, that's how I went
Yeah,
there. Okay,
yeah, you went there. You got it from ESPN Plus, but
yeah,
it
okay.
was pay per view.
But no, okay. I guess the whole point to the matter is if if they're basing what he's getting to fight Spence, if you basing off my last pay-per-view fight, which this fight right here is on a much bigger scale, you know what I'm saying? I'm expected to do higher numbers with this fight based off of the opponent that I'm fighting. So therefore, if you want to pay me the same money off of the last pay-per-view and said take that because that's what you're worth, and then this fight is really expected to do much bigger, then the PBC, y'all about to win. Y'all winning. Y'all robbing me and y'all winning there because this fight is going to do way more. He is expected to sell way more for this fight than the previous fight based off of who he's fighting. So why not pay him? I don't know if it's worth $25 million now, but you know what I'm saying? It's I mean, you're gonna have to pay him something more than what you going to offer him based off of his previous fight. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing: if he's just say he's asking for 20 million,
Okay.
guaranteed, and 50% of the pay per view, if that's the numbers, right?
Uh-huh.
In order to do 20 million to 20 million guaranteed, that means that those guys going to have to do a fight. That fight is going to have to do over 1 million pay-per-view. So Errol Spence Jr. did like 300,000 pay-per-views. Bud's average is 100,000, right? So to give him $20 million, first of all, you're going to give him a bigger guarantee than you've ever even given Errol Spence. Because Errol Spence Jr. probably ain't asking for a $20 million guarantee for that fight. And PBC has not been paying they've not been paying big guarantees to guys. They've been paying them on the back end. So like Gervonta Davis who sells twice as many pay-per-views as Terence Crawford. He sells more tickets than Terence Crawford does, is not getting paid anywhere near what Terence Crawford is purportedly asking for. So Terence Crawford is used to get Terence Crawford is getting like $6 million a fight, but he's getting paid off of a budget. And the Showtime is saying we're not gonna pay that much money off of the fight. So the money's just not there. Because Showtime says they're not paying for that. It's not the PBC.
Yeah. Well,
it's
he's
Showtime.
probably I mean, like I just said, $25 million, $20 million is he. I'm quite sure he's probably overpricing himself, and that's probably how he start high and end somewhere in the middle with this. That sound like that's how he's trying to play this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying what my whole question is what is they actually offering him then, because that's not that nobody's talking about that. What are you guys throwing at him?
I don't know what they're offering, but I know for sure. Hey, by the way, Buzz 703, man, much love in that super chat. Dude, thank you so much for supporting the channel, brother. It means a lot, man. And dude, if this is you, King, sitting down here, dog, I'm gonna tell you right now, dude, if you put any foolishness, bro, you're gonna breathe and I'm throwing you out. You're not Floyd, okay? Just let you know, dog. We really trying to have fun boxing conversations, and your presence has not been missed. Believe me. So yeah, man, that's just, look, I don't know what they've been offering him. Only thing I can go off is what has been said. And Tim Smith, who's with the PBC, said that they didn't even want to make an offer to Bud because they knew that whatever offer that they made would be insulting. Because he's like, look, dude, the dude is not big. They don't think he's a big name. Like, we think he's a big name. They don't think he's a big name.
And those words right there is what makes me feel like they are lowballing. They're gonna lowball him. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, you guys, they're not basing it off of who he's the opponent that he's fighting right now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, look, if he
like,
can only do 100,000, if he can only sell 100,000 pay-per-views against Sean Porter, I don't know how you're going to get to 1 million pay-per-views against Errol. I just don't see it.
Oh well, yeah, I don't see that. I don't see that neither. That's why I'm saying $20 million might be overpricing itself.
Dude, let me tell you, on the real, dude, he's probably not going to. In a guarantee, he probably won't get guaranteed what Bob Arum was paying him. He probably won't give him $6 million guaranteed. Because if they're not giving Errol Spence Jr. $6 million guaranteed in his fights, I don't see why they would give Bud $6 million. They're not going to give Bud more guaranteed money than they give Errol.
Well, that's another thing. That's another question. I mean, what are they offering Errol for Bud to say, give me $25 million? He must know exactly what they about to give Errol.
They're not going to. Errol said he would bend. He said he'd bend. He would not break. Which means, dude, Errol ain't about to take a $2 million guarantee and say, okay, yeah, I'll take $1 million while you pay him 15 just because I really want that fight, dude. But I mean, if Errol ain't gonna do something that I don't think he would do something that Terence Crawford blatantly refuses to do. And plus, dude, it's just such I don't know, man. I'll tell you, man, in order Bud re-signing with Top Rank, and being over there on Top Rank for so long and having Bob Arum talk about how he's losing money on him and all of that stuff, I just don't think it's a good look, bro. But that's how they'll do it.
Yeah, he needs to sign with a promotion company for this fight. That's why I believe. I mean, him trying to do everything independently. I mean, I'm all for it, being independent and all that. But I mean, if your negotiation skills is not you know what I'm saying? You need to go ahead and sign.
If you're not giving, and you such a risk.
Sign the Mayweather.
You such a risk.
Yeah, sign the Mayweather just for this fight or whatever. Let him go ahead and negotiate the you know what I'm saying? Because I think that's the problem too. He's doing it by himself and you know what I'm saying? Because the fight gonna promote itself. He don't really have to fight. Neither fighter is going to have to promote it. It's going to promote itself.
It's getting promoted. I mean, everybody's talking about the fight. Hey, man, let me see if this is a real dude on here, man, brother. Is there something else you want to say, Jeff, brother? I appreciate you coming, man.
No, that was all it, man. I was just trying to figure out the whole economics to what's going on behind the scenes, man. We don't really know. Just hopefully they can come to some type of understanding. Get this too big of a fight not to happen. You know what I'm saying?
All I can say is that I know. Only thing I can say that I know is what came out of people's mouths, and what came out of people's mouths, literally with people involved in it. What has come out of people's mouths has been this: Errol Spence Jr. said that he already agreed to the deal, and Errol said that. I think he said that right after the fight with Gervonta Davis and Rolly Romero. He said he already agreed with it. After the Jermell Charlo fight, Jermell Charlo versus Brian Castano fight, Derek James said that they had already agreed and they were waiting on Terence Crawford. What Steven Espinoza said was that the only thing left in that negotiation is the finance of it and somebody being realistic about the money associated with it because Steven Espinoza is saying a fight is not that big a fight. That's what Steven Espinoza said. He said, is it a big fight? Yeah, it's a big fight. Is it Floyd Mayweather Jr., Manny Pacquiao? No. Are we going to be paying Floyd Mayweather Jr., Manny Pacquiao money? No.
Right.
So, and then the very last thing that has been said by Terence Crawford was that they're getting close, but they still got to work out the business of it. So Terence is saying, but Errol said he already agreed. Bud is saying that he needs to work out, that they still need to work out the business end of it. The Showtime is saying that the only issue they have is how much money people want to get paid. So just by process of elimination, the issue is how much Bud wants to get paid. And we know Bud got a $6 million guarantee to fight Sean Porter. So if he wants if he got a $6 million guarantee to fight Sean Porter on pay-per-view, then you know he's going to want significantly more than $6 million guaranteed to fight Errol Spence Jr.
Especially without Bob Arum in the middle of it.
In the mix, yeah. So he's gonna want more, he's gonna want that. So if he want, and so people were saying, man, this dude wants $20 million, he wants 50% of the pay-per-view. And Bud has said that in the past. So, but it's just, you know, that's where I think it is, because and I think that's the, aside from what other people have said or things that have linked out of the camp, right? Where people could say, oh, do you know that this is true or for sure or not? What's the source? Besides all that stuff, I'm talking about the stuff that has actually left the mouths of the people that are directly involved in the negotiation. It is Terence Crawford and Terence Crawford's money that is preventing the fight from having been agreed to and pushed forward. And at a certain point in time, they're going to tell that man to, look, dude, take it or leave it. And I think that they are probably been at the take it or leave it phase, because they probably don't do on the other side of it. If you're not Errol Spence Jr. and you're Showtime, why would you even want to make the fight? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you have Errol, who is signed to you, right? And is making fights on a consistent basis. And you got a very dangerous fighter in Terence Crawford, who, if he wins, could just go off about his business. And now you have Errol with a loss. You don't have him on your network. You know what I'm saying? So
that's why they trying to work out that that 2-fight deal, I believe, too. I guess they said, well, at least let us get a 2-fight deal out you then. If you know what I'm saying, you too big, you too much of a risk to just win and get by and go and fight Jamil at one. You know what I'm saying? So
and then to say, oh, I want to move up and fight Jamel.
Which that's
like, hold on, what you think we're just gonna? You think we're gonna feed you every one of our champions and you ain't signed? And you ain't signed with us?
And like, if you're not fighting Spence, then that's not gonna happen. If you can't, if the money issues, if there's an issue right now, the money with Spence is gonna be one with Jamil too. Then, so you know that's why I don't see that's not gonna happen. If he's not gonna fight Spence, I don't see him moving up. And you still gotta talk to the same people. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, especially when you got somebody like Boots coming up. When they got Boots. They got think about how many fighters Showtime has. Showtime has Boots. Showtime has that Staniansis kid. PBC now has Speedy Rashidi Ellis. They've got a whole bunch. They got Gary Antoine Russell at 140 that can move up to 147 pounds. And they've had a lock on that division for a while. So to have the PBC and Showtime be like, yeah, we're gonna pay a dude that isn't even committed to us ridiculous sum of money that we don't know if we're going to get back because Errol wants to fight him. He'd be like, look, Errol, we love you, dude. However, no go on Undisputed. Sorry, we couldn't work it out.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what's going to happen. So
from a business standpoint, not from a boxing fan standpoint, from a business standpoint, it's like, dude, are you serious? Like, we got all these fighters that need all these belts. You aren't even with us. You're going to try to overcharge us to come in, and then if you win, you think you're going to do it again and go up to 154, take all the belts at 150. Dude, Bob Arum would never let, dude, if this is Bob Arum, this shit wouldn't even be a conversation.
You're right. They don't even talk to him. You're right.
All right, man, let me roll because we'll see if somebody else get on, brother. It was a great conversation, though, brother.
All right, talk to you later.
All right, man, thanks, Jeff. Thank you for always coming by to chat, brother. Thank you for the support, bro.
No problem.
All right, man. John Boy in the bill say, good morning. Hello, my brother. Mike Kirkland, sis Angie Wise. What's going on, brother? Thank you so much for that support. Mike Kirkland in the building. Say good morning. Also, John Boy in chat. Enjoying the show as always. Yes, sir. Thank you for that support, brother. And let me go. I know I'm about to miss one because of how this thing works. So let me slide back up. Holiday in the building. Said, hey, Bud will getting broken down to the body and lose. Yes, sir. All right. So we got Floyd in the building.
Yo, what's going on, Valon?
Hey, man, if you do not put King on your name, I am never going to let you on again, bro.
Okay. I got
Stop bullshitting.
I got you.
No, you don't got me. Stop bullshitting, man.
I can
if you want to talk boxing, man, just talk boxing, man. You don't need all this corny kid shit, man.
I was going for a while, and
dude, and every time you come with some corny shit, dude, stop the corny shit, man. I can put all that shit, you calling me a race baiter and all that shit to the side, bro, and talk boxing, man. But dude, grow the fuck up, man.
I got you.
So what do you want to talk about, man?
Hey, it's been a while since I've been on the channel, but I was just saying, like, even now you're still sitting on Spence's lap. What's going on with that? You work for the PBC?
All right, man. Jay Petty in the building said, Willie, that's not for me. Anyway. Anybody else? There's a link, bro. All the time. Yeah, I got the link. The link is right there, man. Cleveland's finest in the building. What's going on, man?
What's good for now? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I can't complain. What's happening?
Man, I just wanted to know if did you see that fight earlier this morning, man? Jai, I think he's my new Australian favorite fighter in Australia, though.
No, I didn't get to see it, man. I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it afterwards, man. I slept in.
That was a great fight, man. That was a great fight. Yeah, man, it was just a great fight.
What was it on? Was it on DAZN?
I don't know, man, because I was I was over my partner house. He just had it on. I don't know what it was on, to be truthful. You know what I mean? I really don't. I was in and out because I'm still with my girls now. So I was like in and catching bits and pieces of it. You know what I'm saying? But the parts I did see was like, yes, that was a great fight. Man. It was a great fight.
Man, I didn't get a chance to see it, man.
Yeah,
I'll go back and watch it today.
No, I got to go back and watch the whole thing. Like I said, I was just catching bits and pieces. But I got a question for you, man. Do you really think this fight is gonna happen? If so, what venue you think they're gonna have it at, man? Because I think that might be one of the issues that's holding it up. Because you know these venues cost a little bit of bread. They already complaining about bread.
Man, well, first, hey, let me do one thing. Hey, Daniel Staley in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much. Since Salute for 9, it's been a minute. Always a pleasure to see you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Appreciate you. Good to see you, man. Welcome back to the channel. And I don't think I missed anybody else. Let me see. Holiday. I think I got Holiday. He said, Bud will get broken down to the body and lose. Let me go down. Okay, okay, that's cool. And one more real quick. My man in a Cash App. Thank you for that support. My man, Robbie, 8704. Thank you, brother, for that big 703. Appreciate you, brother. Now, what was your question again, man?
Like, I think one of the issues that they come across, I don't know this for sure, but it just seemed like they haven't even really named a venue yet for where to have it at, man. I think that might be one of the issues because these venues, they don't have the venues they needed for. The venues that they need for this fight are not going to be cheap. And they already complaining about money issues, it seemed like. You know what I mean? So I'm asking, what venue do you think they're going to have it at?
Well, first of all, that's another thing where Bud is playing a little bit of a prima donna because the most obvious one, and people are going to say Vegas, if a Vegas casino buys a fight, that would be a really big deal, a Vegas casino.
Right.
They are also saying that it could be at, I think it's Allegiant. Is it an Allegiant Stadium, wherever the Raiders play in Vegas?
Okay.
But another obvious one is AT&T Stadium in Dallas, where those guys going to get 60. There. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But dude, that's what I'm saying, man. It's like, dude, you shouldn't even have no say so in that. If you ain't got a place where you know you can sell 60,000, you know you got a spot you can sell 60,000 tickets at a high rate.
Right.
Why would you sit there and say, "Nah, I'm not gonna fight there"? You know what I'm saying? Like, but Errol said, "I don't care where I fight." If I was Errol, I'd be like, "Man, we fighting in Dallas. Is where we fighting, man. We gonna sell 60,000 tickets and we gonna get paid." with 60,000 tickets in Dallas Stadium. Everybody's going to come out for that fight. And now I see Lawrence Johnson said they should come to Brooklyn. No, they should be right there. They should be right there in Dallas.
I mean, Dallas,
very,
Dallas
very obvious where that fight should be. That fight, if they can't get if they cannot get a casino to pay top dollar to bring that fight in there, pay a huge fee in order to get that fight there with whatever it is, the MGM, wherever that is, where they know that they can get a huge gate, like an $18 million, $20 million gate. Dude, they go to Dallas. They don't make any. It's just obvious, bro. But then he says, no, I need to go somewhere. I need to go somewhere where there is a I need to go somewhere where it's a neutral stadium. It's like, dude, seriously, man. Like, Bud is a champion, but Bud is not the attraction. Bud is the champ, but he's not the main attraction he's not the main attraction. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's where I am on it. Hey, man, but hey, see, Cleveland Finest, man. I got 2 more dudes, so I got to bump forward a little bit, man.
All right, go ahead, press forward. Love the show, man. Keep it coming, man. Keep bringing that heat, brother. I appreciate it every morning, bro. I'm listening every morning. I just can't comment every morning. So I love when you do these live streams, man, because I like being able to show my appreciation to you, bro. For real.
Thank you, brother. I get back with you, Cleveland. Thank you, man.
All right, be easy,
all right,
man.
holla at you.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay Tupont in the channel, brother. How you feeling, man? Much love. He said, first time live, salute for 9. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for coming, man. And thank you for the support and the super chat and the cash app. It's big, brother. Israel Bound, what's going on, man?
What's up with you, brother?
I'm good, man. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. Let me just get this right out the way first. I like your show. I don't like your opinions, though.
Okay, what opinion don't you like?
Hey, what you say?
Yeah, okay. So what don't you like?
Well, you know what I'm saying? It's not a knock on you or nothing like that. It's just opinions, right? Keep in mind the word,
no worries.
Right? Opinions. You know what I'm saying? I don't like my mama's opinion sometimes, so it's nothing personal against you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real with you.
No worries.
I love your show. I love your show, though. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing I will say is that, you know what I mean? You bring topics that's relevant. You know what I mean? It's just not about who you. I know you like Errol Spence. I know you respect Bud Crawford. But just listening to the last caller kind of switched up how I felt about what I was gonna say, and that's just as far as like the venue, right? Like, let's not forget this, sir. when Errol Spence dealt with Ugas, right? And after the fight, in the post, you know, the little ringside in the ring interview after the fight, he said, y'all already know who I want next. I want Terence Crawford. He called out Terence Crawford. So therefore, if I'm putting myself in that space, right? If I call out somebody, boy, I'll fight you under the porch. I'll fight you next door. I'll fight you in your mama's backyard. I called you out. I'm not gonna call you out and then be like, oh no, well, if you don't want to fight over here, I don't want to fight now. I get it, but we still have to, because clearly I'm a Terence Crawford fan. But I'm not gonna say I don't respect Errol Spence because I know what he's done out here. But at the same time, we can't act like that a neutral venue is not important. Even if we just talk about the way that referees sometimes judge fights, right? This is a huge fight and everybody got a lot to lose. So I understand why he wouldn't want to go to Dallas. Like, that's that man's literal backyard. And for a fight of this magnitude, I just think that Errol should at least. But I do understand what you're saying as far as, you know, it ain't just a whole bunch of venues to choose from. Like, we don't got all these different places that we can choose from. So I'm kind of, you know, down the middle on it. It's not really like I'm saying that Errol Spence is dead ass wrong, but I think that both sides should be willing to work and try to come up with the best possible scenario for both fighters. You know what I mean? I really do think that all the pressure is on Errol Spence to make the fight happen.
Okay, well, first, Errol already said that he would fight wherever, he don't care.
Okay.
Errol said that. Errol
Okay.
said that. I don't care. Because he responded to Bud saying he don't want to fight in Dallas. And Errol said, I don't care where the fight is.
Okay.
That's what he said. So
Okay.
the
I
only
missed that.
person,
So my bad if I missed that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So if that's the
the
case,
only
then
just
I
let me
don't
know,
see the
let me
fight not
finish.
happening.
Let me finish. The
Okay.
only person that called, because Bud called out Errol too. So he called out Errol after the Sean Porter fight and said that's the fight that he wants. He literally said the same thing. Y'all know who I want. I want Errol Spence. So
Facts.
pretty much what you saying applied to Errol applies to Bud, because Bud called him out, but then Bud said he's not willing to fight in Dallas. Now, the reason I brought it up is because apparently Bud is asking for a lot of money.
Uh-huh.
And if you're asking for a lot of money, you shouldn't on one hand say I want a lot of money and at the same time say limit the ability of the fight to make a lot of money. So if you say I want to be fairly compensated, right, for the fight, which he should, right?
Right.
You can't then turn around and say, well, I'm only going to fight in certain places. What if they
Right.
say, look, Bud, the only place we're going to be able to really afford it is Dallas, because what's that man's name? Because the Dallas Cowboy owner, who's Jerry Jones,
Jerry Jones.
gives us a good deal. We are confident we can sell 60,000 tickets at $300 a pop. We are pretty confident we can get, we probably can get a $10-12 million gate in Dallas. I don't know if those numbers are accurate or not, right? But that's where I came from. Like if you're saying the money ain't important to you, right? Like, hey man, I want to get the fight because I want to beat this dude. The money ain't the big issue for me. However, since I don't want to fight in Dallas, then if you don't want to fight in Dallas and you're going to take Dallas off the table, then you should also take some of that money you want off the table too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that's like if Deontay Wilder says, well, I don't want to fight Anthony Joshua in the UK. Well, they say, well, okay, if you insist on fighting in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, you're gonna get Hattiesburg, Mississippi money,
Right. Right. Yeah, I respect that a whole bunch. Great deal. No buts about that at all. But I think, and this is my last comment. I'm gonna let you go because I know you got to move on with your show.
No worries, bro.
I think we should, or I'm gonna actively try to go back and see where all this started, right? Because who said it first? Because Earl said it's strap season, right? He said he's coming to take all the straps.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it probably was more mutual. I think they both just know that this is something that's got to happen at some point. And now that you say what you said, you know what I mean? This is so both of them should be there then. Like, okay, this ain't because think about it. Really, if as boxing fans and observers, if we look at what they're both saying, they're both really telling us this is not about money. This is about who's the best fighter, who's the pound for pound champ, who's gonna hold all these belts. Both of you men are wealthy already. So I think they can both stand to back off of money a little bit just so we can get this out the way, because whoever wins this fight is going to demand top dollar from here on out.
Yeah, I mean, I think Errol is already, from what people have said, the guy with the issue with the money is Bud.
Right.
Errol said he already accepted the deal, whatever that deal is.
Okay.
Errol's already accepted it. I think the only guy that with any issue about the fight is Errol, and also Showtime. Because Showtime, I just don't, man, dude, I don't think these dudes think like strictly speaking, Steven Espinoza is not a boxing fan. He is a boxing fan, but his job is not to be a boxing fan. His job is to get as much value out of his budget as he can get. So when you're talking to Steven Espinoza, and I'm telling you, that guy is the one that matters, because that guy is the one that is going to be putting up the most money for the fight. Right. Unless, of course, they got Fox or somebody like that is willing to do it, right? Like, because it's either going to be Showtime or it's going to be Fox. But I agree, man. Hey, look, dude, I don't have no problem with Bud, man. I'm just going through the conversation like a boxing fan, man.
That's right. That's
You
right. Hey, I
know?
appreciate you, man. Appreciate your show, bro. Appreciate what you do. You know what I'm
Thank you,
saying?
man. Appreciate you, man.
I think you got a real good, you know what I'm saying, handle on what's going out there in the boxing world. Because when I'm curious about something, I'll come and start flipping through your videos. That's real. And I don't like your opinion. So that should tell you that you're doing a good job, sir. Keep
Hey,
it up, man. I appreciate you letting me on. And I will be back to see you soon, man.
thank you, brother. Hey, man, and again, and for anybody out there, man, hey, dude, you do not have to agree with me. I am not you ain't no, I am not Jesus, and this ain't the Bible. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
and
It's all good.
still and yet I support your channel, bro. Like I share your videos, I like your videos, and it has nothing to do with anybody's opinions. I know how to separate opinion from reality, right? So therefore, I don't have anything negative to say about you. I just wanted to keep it real and get that out there. So next time you see me, you know who I am and how I
That's what's
feel.
up. But I've seen you before, Israel Bound. I remember your name, man. I
Yes,
see
sir.
you come through. You ain't
Yes,
this
sir.
ain't the, you've commented
Yes,
before,
sir.
right?
Yes, sir. I
Yeah.
love this channel, man. I love this
Yeah,
channel.
dog. Dude,
So,
look, man,
so,
half
so
these cats, if you don't disagree with somebody, like every subject, man, I'm telling you, every subject, every person that I've ever talked boxing about, we've disagreed about something related to boxing. But
right,
90% of that shit, though, like 90% of it, almost all boxing fans are gonna agree on about 90% of stuff, man.
right. Yeah, you
It's
just
just
got. And then certain times, if you can't, if certain people can't agree, like just like this, if you say if I can't have a debate with somebody that can't agree with me that 1+1 = 2,
exactly.
right? We can't even step into that argument or that debate or conversation because you don't understand basic things already. So 90% of this boxing stuff we should
Already
already
laid
have a
down.
grip on. Right, right.
Exactly.
Hey
All
man,
right,
keep it
brother.
up, man. I appreciate you.
All right, man. Thanks for stopping by, Israel.
Yes, sir.
Holla. That was fun, man. That's good conversation right there, man. Freddie Dennis said, but I don't know who want to make a lot of money, bro. I don't know who don't want to make a lot of money, bro, knowing how much this fight will bring. And I'm a fighter, you ain't making sense. And I'm the fighter, you ain't making sense. I don't know you're talking to me. I know all these guys want to make money, bro. That's it. Everybody involved wants to make money. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You know what I mean? Anyway, also a lot of facts backing it up. Yeah, it is what it is, man. I'll put this back in here. Hey, great chat today. Smash that like button. Yeah, man, hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. And really, I appreciate the cats that support the channel and allow it to go every day, man. Y'all ain't playing, man. It is important, bro. I would put the link in about 100 times, bro. Here's the link. This is link day. I told you dude wasn't showing up, though. Told you dude ain't showing up. You know what I'm saying? Told you dude ain't showing up. Victor Lee said, the deeper you get into math, 1 and 1 doesn't always equal 2. If you a real mathematician, dog, I ain't trying to hear that, dog. Don't be trying to bring that extra level math to it, homie. All right? Basic algebra. 1 and 1 still makes 1. I got it. I suspect I understand where you're going from that, man. Said, don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Be prepared, bro. Don't. It's all a whole. You know what I mean? It's addition is real. Addition is really division. Like you coming with that stuff, bro. Hey, man. What's going on, Josh King's Lime 518, bro? He said we got to put some respect on Fanon, like 800 less. We like 800 less than 300 likes. Come on, man. Salute Fanon. Stay on these casuals head. Hey, man. Well, y'all hit the like button, man. We almost got 800 people in the building. We got 839 likes, man. Come on, man. Hit me up with them likes, bro. I just hit the link. The link is there, bro. The link is there. I just put the link. Lunchbox, what's going on?
What up, how you doing, man? How you doing?
Man, I can't complain about nothing, bro.
Yes, sir.
What's
My
happening?
apologies. Not much. I'm just doing my little morning walk right now. Just trying to get my little bit of exercise. So I wanted to. I got the call. Got the call from Oscar De La Hoya. They needed an Alexis Rojas. They needed a replacement. So I'm the replacement here for Lunchbox. So I'm here
Okay,
to
that's
pick
what's
up that
up.
argument. So hey, real quick, hey man. So why is Tank Davis ducking Devin? I mean, he could easily make him the WBA mandatory. He's got the regular belt. He should just go talk to Gilbert Melendez, the head of the WBA, and he should just try to force that fight. How come we can't get it done?
I think, hold on, let me add. why wouldn't he go and ask the WBA for them to make him Devin's mandatory?
Well, because I thought they were consolidating belts and everything.
Watch this. Watch this. First and foremost, does Devin want the fight?
I believe he's been saying it on multiple.
Then what the fuck
outlets.
he need to be the mandatory for? What's he need a man? What does he need to be mandated? And number two, Gervonta ain't dumb. Why would he go into a situation, voluntarily go into a purse bid where it's going to cost him a shitload of money? That shit's stupid. Because he's not stupid is the number one because he ain't stupid. Would you be like, hey, I know if you want to fight me. You already said you want to fight me. So I don't need you to be mandated, dude. You want to fight. But I'm going to go be a mandatory for you, which means that you're going to get 70% and I'm going to get 30% when I'm the cash cow. Nigga, do you think I'm stupid? I'm sorry. I know you're a white man today because you're Oscar De La Hoya. However, nigga, do you think I'm stupid? This is what I think. That's if somebody said that to me, do you think I'm stupid? I know how purse bids work. Purse bids mean somebody buys the fight, and then there's a prescribed amount of money that we get out of that, which means you get 70%, I get 30%. Devin, don't nobody know you from a can of dust. What you talking about? That's me, bro. Hey, but that's just me acting like I'm Gervonta. Because I don't need you. You need me. I don't need you, homie. Trust me. Them belts cost money. Didn't they come out with a video and say them belts cost money, don't they?
$360,000. That's how much Devin had to pay for all the belts.
Yeah, you had to pay $360,000. I don't have to pay no. I'm not paying your fee. You know what I'm saying? I'm not paying your. I'm not gonna pay your belt fee. No, that's what I would say. But that's just me.
So could we call it a financial death? Because I mean, the fight could be made, but financially, we're stuck up on the financial ramifications.
One second. Hey, Keith Nolan said, most of us got mad love for both fighters, but you have to put yourself in the shoes of Showtime execs and promoters. If you're not sure the fight is going to generate $50 million, it's hard to guarantee one guy $25 million. Exactly, especially a guy that ain't going to fight with you in the next fight. That's hard to deal with. You know what I mean? Because you have to negotiate with him again. Hey, dog. And my man, Beats by Base, said everybody talk about Floyd making money. Nobody talk about him taking 35% for the Oscar De La Hoya fight. Yeah, but he made those. Yeah, exactly.
Much love. De La Hoya was the man. De La Hoya was the man at that time. He was demanding Floyd wear those pillow gloves. He was demanding everything, and Floyd still came out on top.
Exactly, bro. Hey, Santos, you're not connected, brother. All right. So anyway, go ahead, man.
I was going to say one last thing for now before I jump out. Do you think that fight will get made? Yes, sir. Do you think that fight between Devin Haney and Tank will get made? You think there's a possibility?
None. Zero. Zilch. Nada. No, I do not. I'm being very, very blunt answer. Hell no. First of all.
So you think that is this all capped in? Is this everything we're hearing is just all smoke and mirrors?
Look, I ain't a kid. I'm not a young kid. I don't say cap. All I'll tell you is this. Gervonta Davis people were saying, why isn't Gervonta Davis calling out Devin? So Gervonta's team said, okay, no worries. I'll take the fight with Devin. Devin, do what's necessary to make the fight. But what Devin has to do to make the fight is not realistic. It's not. And that's on Devin. That's not on Gervonta. Gervonta did not do anything that made him have a multi-fight deal with
Top Rank.
with George Kambosos and Top Rank. He didn't. But he's saying, look, man, if you can make the fight, I'll make the fight. Bring the belts, show up, I'll fight you.
It might have to be a breach of contract, and he's probably gonna have to.
Yeah, but here's the thing, man, and because we got some cats on. Here's the thing, though, it ain't on Gervonta to make things sweet for him. Gervonta just got to keep his word and say, okay, if you can fight me, I'll fight you. I'll be there. Don't worry about it. We'll negotiate the fight. Make sure you can bring the belts. And what you got to do is you got to buy yourself out of George Kambosos, the deal with George Kambosos. And you got to work your situation out with Top Rank. When you do that, I'm sitting right here. I ain't got shit else to do. I just beat my mandatory. But he's not going to ask for a mandated fight where he's going to say, okay, yeah, they mandated it. Now I only get 30% of the fight when I'm bringing all the money.
I can
That's
see it
silly.
with Gilbert Melendez because I know he's getting good sanctioning fees from that WBA, so I can picture that. But no,
Yeah.
you always have a great show for now. Thank you for letting me on, and everybody in the chat, Mr. John Bowie, Mike Kirkland, Keith Nolan, everybody, and also Angie Wise, also Deborah Booker, and the chat. Everybody
The
have a great day
crew.
and a great weekend.
Yes,
The crew,
sir. The
you know what it
crew.
is.
All right, brother. Hey, John Boy in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for that support, bro. Things is heating up around here, man. It was a little bit of a debate for your boy Fanon. I appreciate it. ATX, the realist in the building. What's going on, bro?
Man, what's going on, Fanon, man? Good to be on the
Chilling, man.
channel,
Chilling.
man. Question: why won't they go to
Mm-hmm.
140 and fight? If they really want to fight each other, it ain't
Can't even
about
do
the
that.
belts, right?
Can't even do that. Because guess what?
What's up?
According to Bob Arum said when he signed Devin, that if Devin does not if he drops those belts and does not fight George Kambosos, he's still got to fight a top ranked guy at 140 pounds. So even if he does drop the belt, Javon, dude, that's Bob Arum. Bob ain't dumb.
Man,
Bob, dude, y'all called it a slave contract, dog. Bob don't fuck around with his
boy,
slaves. Bob got that chain, got them links on them
man,
chains.
he is not playing, man. He's not
Hell
playing no
no.
game, man. But I just wanted to say I want to show up because I was on the chat talking mess yesterday. I showed
About
up
what?
just about I was right there with Quincy talking all that. I'm a Devin
Oh,
Haney fan, big Devin Haney fan. I showed up. I just want to let you know I showed up. So
hey, bro.
you know what I'm saying? So everybody in the
Hey,
chat, y'all
well, if you
remember this.
showed up,
Yeah, y'all
because you a
remember this,
Devin Haney
man.
fan, show up. Come on, I'm here. You
That's what
got
I'm
something
saying,
you got something.
man.
Hey, hold on one second, man, because I missed some super chats. Let me do these real quick, bro.
Yeah.
Because Cass put that in the chat that I missed Remy Ogun. And I don't mean to do that, bro, because it's like sometimes these things skip because I spend time and the channel just skips, man. So I got to go back a little bit, man. Try to go back to okay, but yeah, man. Tell me what you disagree with, man. Because Remy Ogun said, "Make mods abusing a wrenches for nine." Hey, man, leave Remy Ogun. Does Remy Ogun got a wrench? Somebody let me know if Remy Ogun got a wrench. And we'll try to make that. We'll try to make that right. My bad, Remy Ogun. And Remy Ogun again, man. Much love in that super chat from my man Remy Ogun. So I got two Remy Oguns. Sorry, brother. Appreciate you so much. Appreciate y'all patience, man.
No,
Hold on one second. Okay, I got my man King's Lime in the building. I got him. Beats by Bay in the building. Said everyone talking about Floyd. Okay, I got that. Beats by Bay in the building. Thank you, brother. My man John Boy said, okay, I got that. He said, I miss him. Dude, thank y'all so much for y'all support today. John Boy in the building. And I think that is it. All right. So, yeah, go ahead, man. What did you disagree with, dog?
man, I just disagree with all the Devin Haney hate, man. Well, I ain't gonna say hate. Let me correct myself. That's not hate because you don't hate the man.
I don't.
But you think Tank is better. Now, I think both of them are good fighters. Don't get me wrong.
I don't know
But
who's better, dog.
I think
I
Tank
don't.
hasn't fought anybody too technical yet, like Devin.
What'd he say?
I don't think Tank fought anybody like Devin yet. That's technically sound. They always make mistakes. Now, Devin has made mistakes, true enough. But if they fight, I feel like Devin gonna be on his P's and Q's. That's all I'm saying. That's all I want to say.
Okay, that's all right, man. We'll see. And well, we won't see, but we'll
Well, yeah,
see.
we ain't gonna see it. We ain't gonna see it no time soon. I hate to say it, but it's just Devin signed that contract, like you said, man, and that don't do anybody any favors.
Yes, sir.
But all right, y'all
All
have a
right,
good one,
brother.
man. All right.
Hey, you as well, man. And I'm glad we can agree to disagree, bro. It
Yeah,
ain't got to,
of course, man. Hey, and this Texas heat ain't no joke. You
hell.
sure right.
No, it ain't. All right,
All right.
brother. Hey, ATX. Oh, man, shit. You know what? You ain't
What's
from
up?
Austin, are you?
Yeah, I'm in Austin. Yeah,
Nigga,
I'm
I am
from here.
too. I
I'm
am
telling
too.
you. I'm from
Yo,
here, man.
hey, man, hit me on the DM, man. I'll buy you a beer or something, man. We can
Man,
talk some
I
boxing.
got you, brother. I got you.
Yeah, hit me. Seriously, hit me. You know the Instagram DM?
Yeah, I got
You
you.
on
Yeah,
Instagram?
seriously. I got you.
Yeah, hit me on DM. Yeah, man, we can do something, man. Have some love. Let me buy you dinner or something, man. We can
Yeah,
holler
I
about some
got you,
boxing.
brother. No,
All right, bro.
that's bet. All right.
All right, peace. All right, Santos in the building. What's going on, Santos?
Hey, Fanon, what's going on, brother? You can hear me
I'm
okay?
good. How are you? How are you, man?
Good, man. I've been following you about 2 years now. I
Yes,
appreciate the work
sir.
that you put in, the respect you give to folks, and find I learn a lot, man. So I really appreciate you. Thank you.
Hey, man, my pleasure, man. Nice to meet you, sir.
You as well, man. So I got two quick things on your topic. I try to join in when I can, but just busy on the weekend. So the first is, I'm thinking about Spence and Bud, and I think my thing is I kind of think about it as like negotiation of salary, and I'm wondering,
Negotiation what?
negotiation of salary.
Okay.
So like I understand why Bud is trying to get more of his ask. Porter had said something in his podcast a month ago, and he said, I don't know if you agree with this or what you think about it, but he mentioned how you kind of Bud needs to be respected as champ. And I'm curious your experience with negotiation. Is it a money thing, or could it really be a respect thing, like a people dynamic thing with Bud? He's had a past relationship that was bad with Top Rank, and so I'm wondering, is it PBC having to really kind of nudge and sort of guide that relationship? Could that be another way that we can kind of get this deal through? For example, like how people join in your channel. I see when people respect you, you give them time. If they try to troll and call you out, then you kind of cut the mic. So you think that could be a way to get this deal going through? If they, I don't know,
Well,
just
well,
that.
first of all, like from a negotiation standpoint,
Yeah.
it doesn't really. This doesn't really. It's not similar to like a salary negotiation,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
because with a salary negotiation, you have two parties. You have the company, and then you have the employee, right? So that's
Yeah.
a one-on-one relationship. In this particular instance, this is more of a complex negotiation
That's true.
because you
Yeah, that's
have
true.
multiple partners that are involved in it, right? So you have, of all of the different people that whose interests you have to take into consideration, you have Errol, you have Terence Crawford, right, who is a fighter. You have Errol Spence, who's the fighter. Then you have Showtime, that is the network. And then you have PBC, which is the, for lack of a better word, the platform, right? The
Okay.
platform
Okay.
in which
Yeah.
the fights are set up on. So you have multiple parties that have multiple interests in it. So with Terrence's interest would be this: how much money do I make? Number one, right? What belts are available to me, right? So what do I get out of it? The whiffle, what's in it for me?
Yep.
What's in it for him is another 3 championship belts and a lot of money, and then potentially, an increase in his earning potential in
Stop.
the
Yeah.
future,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
his, like that. That's in it for him. Errol Spence Jr., pretty much the same thing. Money, increased profile, right? Legacy, whatever. That's what's in it for him. But what's in it for the PBC? And what are the and at the same time, what are the risks of the PBC? What are the risks of Showtime? So for Showtime to make that fight, and this is why I think you wind up a lot of time with in-house fights, is that you have to
I got
look
you.
at it from what happens after this fight for Steven Espinoza. Right now, he has a guy that is a very popular fighter that fights on his network in Errol Spence. If he makes this fight, what are his risks? His risks are that Errol loses, so now he doesn't have that anymore to draw in subscribers, right? Because this guy is taking a dent, so one of his main attractions loses, right? He also has financial risks if he pays what money Terrence wants, and it's beyond his budget. So that's a double whammy, right? So
Okay.
he's
Okay.
gonna want to have value that works with the amount of risks that he's gonna take.
Like
You
outlasting
know what I
value.
mean?
Okay. Yeah, I
So it's
see
the
what you're saying.
risk reward. So you got his risk reward value, and which are not related to the belts at all. He doesn't. I mean, the belts. He don't care about the belts. What good does that do him? You know what I mean? Because they can always call somebody a champion, right? They can just
Yeah.
make up some shit like networks always do.
Well,
So
could it be a I mean, they could do a rematch. Could it be a three-peat? I mean, Bud's been
yeah,
talking about.
if but I don't think
I
Steven
see.
Espinoza even wants that, because what Steven Espinoza
Interesting.
said was, we don't really need to build this up, because if you have, like, just think like who he's bringing up. He's got a deal signed
That's
with.
interesting.
He's got a deal with
Ennis,
Jerron
yeah.
Ennis signed.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And Jerron Ennis is 23 years old or 24 years
Yeah.
old. He's not 34 years old.
Yeah, that's
So
an interesting take. That's an interesting
You
take.
see what I'm saying?
Well, because I think a lot of people put the narrative on Bud asking for too much and overvaluing his stock. Because then I was thinking, all right, could he? I know he's got his own platform. Is he able to like have Showtime? Hey, promote some of his fighters. Like, is there value you can get on the table that isn't just? Because I'm like, bro, you asked for 25 million. Your last fight was 10. I mean, come on, that's unrealistic.
Exactly. Like, look, man, I'll take. What is he gonna do for? What does this deal offer Showtime? What deal does this offer PBC? If, for example, the PBC just got screwed with Canelo.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Because they did a huge deal with Canelo. They gave Canelo $40 million guaranteed to fight Caleb Plant. And what does Showtime get out of it? Nothing. Right? Nothing beyond that fight. They lost a belt. So they lost Caleb Plant as a champion. And then he took that belt and went right back over there to the zone. He did not take the fight with Jermell. He didn't take the fight with David Benavidez, right? He didn't take the fight when they offered Errol. And so what did Steven Espinoza get for gambling? Whatever they got out of that fight, they got out of that fight, and they got out of that fight alone.
Now, can we push it on them, though? Because this could be, I love what you're saying. Couldn't this be our Hearns and Hagler? Like, they could really, like, I feel like there's a missed opportunity with AJ, and I'm not to jump to that type of AJ and Wilder at that time. And I don't want to bring up race, but like two black fighters.
You can bring up race. No problem. That shit.
I know you're cool with that.
But let me tell you why you can bring it up, because it serves to the demographic. It's a conversation about demographics. So if you want to talk about the demographics, absolutely. But here, even within the demographics, that's also, you are basically cannibalizing a fan base.
Yeah.
Because most of the people that are interested in Errol Spence Jr. or Terence Crawford are going to be hardcore fans, and black hardcore fans are going to take a considerable amount of that. So they're not cross-pollinating. They have one group of people that are going to be interested in that, and I guarantee you they already know they already have the numbers and the studies. They know, matter of fact, I guarantee you they know who buys based on a state to state basis.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I mean, but as far as like, if I was Terence Crawford, I mean, I think Terence is in a situation where you ask for as much as you can ask for, but if you're interested in the fight and really want it, at the end of the day, you're going to have to take the fight, because you're having guys, I think he may have to recognize that there are people out there that don't want to give you the job. Now, on the same side of it, if you do want to compare that to like an employee type of situation in negotiation, you could say, look, man, I really want to get you the job, but none of these other guys want to hire you. You know, I got other people on the committee. They want to hire these other people. If you ask for a lot of money, you know, these guys are going to go off and hire somebody else.
I don't know if Golden Boy wants to work with, but I don't know. I think Eddie Hearn said something like he doesn't want it. So the leverage goes back to PBC. Oh man, that's a really good point.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, out of the mouth of, if you listen to the words that have come out of out of these guys' mouths, I mean, they don't sound, they're like, yeah, there's a better chance, man. And even Bud's voice changed from I'm 100% confident to hopefully. You know, we just got to work out the business end of it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So do you think, I don't want to keep time. This is so good.
No worries. Hey, let me just get this super chat real quick.
Okay,
First of all, Kal-El Coolit, thank you so much for joining the channel. Carl Horton said, like Bud said, I'm going to knock his ass out. Then it shouldn't matter where they fight. Do it in Big D. Pause and get more. I'm getting better on my pauses and get more legendary Creed. I got Errol though. Yes, sir. So go ahead, brother Santos.
Man, I just wish I could be on the fly on the wall with these deals, man. I love
fun, ain't it?
Contracts and all that stuff. I guess I'm wondering also, you know, the solid relationship that Bud had with Bob Arum. I think that could be that people dynamic, I guess, in the way with him and PBC. It's like, you know, you have a bad relationship, bad breakup, and then you meet someone that's great, phenomenal, but you're still kind of projecting that stuff on them. And I kind of sense it. That's why I was thinking what Porter said, although Porter does hate on EJ hard. Even EJ said it when he said, respect Bud as champ and just try to, navigate that personality dynamics. I was wondering, is there any way, is it a non-monetary thing that can push this deal across? Is it?
I mean, the only thing that I can do is I can look at all of the parties, first of all, that I know are involved, right? Like,
that's a good point.
I just know, I don't know all of the, all of the stakeholders in it. Right?
Yeah.
But I look at each one of the stakeholders, and this is just negotiations 101, right?
Yeah.
You look at all of the stakeholders, somebody that has something either to gain or to lose by something happening, that's the stakeholder. So you look at all the stakeholders, and then you try to do a what's in it for them. What does this guy want it for? What does this guy want? What does this guy want? What does this guy want? And if you look then to see where these guys could have different issues, and from what I can see, the biggest issue that Showtime Boxing would have is that Terence Crawford is an older fighter that does not sell. He's an older fighter that does not sell with a real potential of winning the fight. So do I want to invest a lot of money in an older fighter that is not signed with me, that does not sell, that could knock off one of my primary champions?
My cash cow right now.
Right. Yeah. And then have him go off somewhere else. If I'm looking at Steven Espinoza, I'm from Steven Espinoza's standpoint, I'm like, look, you're going to have to do something real nice for me, bud. Like, give me this shit for free. You know what I'm saying? With a guarantee.
Contract him in like they did Top Rank did with Haney. It's like, okay, you
that's exactly what he did. He's like, if you want me to pay for this fight,
you're saying like give him a multi deal.
I mean, like Bob Arum, that's a perfect example for Bob Arum. Bob Arum says, look, okay, what is in it for me, Devin?
Yeah,
you're going to have to, in order for me to pay for this, you're going to have to find a multi-fight deal with me. And guess what? All of the angles that you think you can do to get out and get cute, I'm going to take all the shits away.
Yeah.
You are, because first of all, I ain't stupid. I know you're going to beat this guy.
My internet's going out for now. My apologies.
Okay.
Man.
No worries. Hey, Kal Kula said, when I see Bill Haney on the internet talking pimpish with Bob Arum, I believe they win that fight. Dude, there's no way he could have that conversation with Bob Arum.
I got you.
Yeah.
This is
much
really
love.
good.
Hey, Kal Kula. Yeah, you see what I'm saying, though?
I see what you're saying. I really appreciate you breaking that down because I'm always thinking, how can we, I hate the cliche, how we get a yes, but how can we really make this deal? And are they framing, they should frame this as our Hagler, our Hearns in our generation.
See, that's how you say, but see, that is a marketing thing for boxing fans.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, but yeah, I got
that's
you.
That's a marketing thing for boxing fans. I think that the truth of the matter is, the real truth of the matter is that guy, whoever wins that fight, unifies the black fan base. And they then make a fight against Canelo Alvarez huge. Because then you consolidate the fan base.
Okay.
And from there you go and you say, well, who's the real in another demographic, right? Who really is the guy in another demographic? At this point in time, it would be Canelo Alvarez. It may be Virgil Ortiz if they build Virgil Ortiz up. But all of those fights that have taken place that were really big in that regard, right, were between blacks and Mexicans. As far as Hagler Hearns, I don't know if financially that fight was as big as Leonard Duran.
I see what you mean.
Leonard Duran is the one that really spurned on the Sprite Converse. I don't know how old you are. You probably too young to remember this.
A little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Even though
I watch your channel. That's why I watch your channel.
You ain't receded to the level I've receded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was the Roberto Duran fight that was the real big fight, because then they started putting him on Sprite commercials with their sons and all kind of stuff like that. But at the time, that was a fight that was a huge fight as two black American fighters. But I wouldn't be surprised if the biggest fight that Sugar Ray Leonard had was that Duran fight.
The Duran fight.
Right? Okay. And then that's also what made Duran entering into the being able to fight Tommy Hearns, Hagler, Leonard. That is something that brought the Latino or the Hispanic community into that as well, right? But the heavyweights, it doesn't matter because it's just the big dudes. There isn't any of that. But all of the
internet went out for now. My apologies.
Oh no, I can hear you. Your internet, it's not out. Yeah, you framed it. It's not. But anyway, cool, brother. Thank you, man, for the
Appreciate
conversations,
it for
man.
now, man. Appreciate letting me jumping on, man. I'll try to do it again.
Hey,
All
yeah,
right.
thank you, man. All right,
All
you
right,
take care,
man.
brother.
Have a good day.
All
You
right,
too.
Santos.
Bye.
All right, bro. That was fun. Like that, man. Good conversation, bro. Very good conversation, man. Hey, y'all, stop being cheap on them like buttons, man. And also, here's the link. I took a little bit longer on that one, so the cat that was on before y'all can jump on the link, man. Remy Ogun said Canelo's career is in a is circling the drain. Hey, you know what it is. Yeah. But it wouldn't be if he fought Errol Spence. That'd be a huge fight. Or if he fought David Benavidez, or if he fought Jamal Charlo. His problem, he needed to fight Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo got a fan base, bro. That's going to sell a lot. That's going to be a huge fight with Jamal Charlo. You got those media, you got that over there, ruin boxing Eddie Hearn out there trying to trash the fight all the time, man, and drive down the legitimacy of the fight in the minds of the public, bro. You know what I mean? Man, and you young people got me saying bro all the time, and I almost let the word cap out my mouth. I almost let that word cap out my mouth. I ain't going there. All right, so T Wells what's going on, T Wells in the building? What's going on, T Wells?
Hey, what's going on, Fernand? How you doing today?
Man, I'm good, brother. How are you feeling, man?
Man, good on this second grind, man, on my other job, on the business though, man. So I just wanted to jump in real fast. I always kind of support from afar, but I just wanted to kind of get your opinion on Bud, on how everybody likes to kind of say Spence is the one who's ducking. Spence don't want the fight, but at the same time, Bud's the one who that fight was in my rear view. That fight, I don't want that fight. But now he's the one who ain't even talking. Like you said, you ain't heard nothing from Bowman.
You're breaking up, brother. T Wells, you're breaking up bad. Call me back when you get a little better spot.
Yep.
Call me back. Yeah, you're breaking up. Jamal.
Hey, what's up, man?
I'm good, man. What's going on with you, man?
Oh, chilling, man. Hey, basically, in a nutshell, Crawford ducking, man. Point blank and period.
He what?
He ducking. Point blank and period. I'm tell you something, man. How you think you want to come to PBC and try to ask for all this money just cause Spence over there? You weren't getting that type money at the top rate. So what? You were getting $3-4 million a fight. That's it. So you think you want to come over here and ask for 20, 25? It don't matter. You don't deserve that kind of money, man. So clearly, you ain't trying to make this fight because what he trying to do is get the biggest money he can. And of course, you supposed to, but he know when he lose, he gonna retire and sell out to the sunset. That's all he want to do. So I get it. He trying to ask for all this money, but you ain't worth all that money, man. Don't matter. You got one belt. You always been getting $3-4 million a fight. That's it. So why you think you want to come over here to old PBC and ask for 20 million or 25 million or something?
Hey, man. He want to get paid. That's all I can say.
That's
That's
what I'm
all
saying.
I can't respond to that one.
Well, I get it though. You want to get paid. He just want to. And guess what? If they make that fight, I wouldn't even put no rematch clause in it. You talk so much shit, man. Like, now whoever wins, that's it right there. Even though a rematch still generate more money. So that kind of make business sense, I guess, if you put a rematch clause in there. But Crawford,
Oh,
man,
me?
huh?
If I'm Bud Crawford, I put a rematch clause in. If I'm
Why?
Errol Spence Jr., I put a rematch clause in because shoot, I mean, it's better to have and not need than need and not have.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Better to have and not need than need and not have. If I'm him,
Man,
I'm putting
but
that shit in there, dude. You don't know you could twist your back in a fight. You know what I mean? You might fuck around and just twist your ankle. Like, damn, what happened? You fucked up your ankle. Okay, now that ass whooping's coming. You know?
But my
That's
thing
why.
is,
That's me.
I
All that
get
winner
it.
take. I'm not going to respond. My bad. Hey, hold on 1 second. Joshua Stevenson, much love in that Cash App, brother. Thank you so much for that support, bro. Go ahead, Jamal.
No, I was saying I get it, but if you really want this fight, like you said, all Crawford big round ass fans, why you just don't take less money? Why you just don't take 40% or something like that and say, you know what, fuck it, man, I just want the fight. Give me 40%, wherever that come up to, and just take the fight.
Hey, man. Sergey Kovalev, you know that deal Sergey Kovalev took in that rematch with Andre Ward. He didn't offer him, he didn't get any guaranteed money, all back in. Yeah, dog. He said, Andre said, if you want this rematch, dude, you gonna give me all this money. That was
Oh
wild,
wow,
man.
that's
You know,
crazy,
but it is
bro.
what it is, man. I appreciate you, Jamal.
All
Thank
right,
you,
that's the
brother.
best. All right, that's the best, man. Thanks.
All right, man. Hold on 1 second. All right, man. We got that link. We got that link in there. Waiting for, hey, man, what happened to you, Quincy? See, Monday morning come around, man, Quincy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, $7. You could say the same thing for EJ do. Why don't EJ take less money to make the fight? I think EJ already took less money to take the fight. I think the guy said that he would take 75-30. He said he would take 55-45. 55-45 in the split, dude. But Errol, come on, dude. Errol ain't about to bend over for Bud, man. Ain't nobody got to do that, man. You know what I'm saying, dude? The fact of the matter is the numbers are what the numbers are, man. Errol is not in a situation where he should have to take less money to fight Terence. He earned that, man. You know, I understand cats want to talk about belts and how much belts mean and all of that stuff, right? And that's for real. You know, it really is. At the same time, dude, it counts. You selling out arenas it counts. You doing big pay-per-view numbers and establishing a big fan base, dude. You deserve to be paid for your fan base. That's for real. Lawrence Johnson said, did Canelo have a rematch clause? Yes. Canelo Alvarez has a rematch clause in every fight that man has. Yes. He has a rematch clause in every fight that man has. Why? Because anything can happen. Anything can happen. You turn around, I'm telling you, man, what happens if somebody elbows you in the face, you start bleeding? And it's like, oh man, accidental, that was caused by a punch. What happens if you just get cut and they got to stop the fight because you got cut and you're not Tyson Fury? Were they going to let you fight all that long? Man, they give Tyson Fury so many exceptions. They allow you to fight 10 rounds with bleeding profusely all over your opponent. You're not going to get, most people ain't going to get the Tyson Fury treatment. They're going to stop that fight. You know what I'm saying? They're going to stop that fight because it's caused by a punch and you lose. And right there, all the money's gone, you know? Tell you, man. New Age Indy said the real numbers will call for 75-25 split for Errol. 55-45 is hella generous. It is, man. And even saying that he doesn't care, bro. Tone Money, why do I do what? You know what, dude? I know who you are, man. You're that fucking idiot king again. It's not even like I want to respond to you, dude. What the fuck does that mean? Why your shit don't even make sense in any way, shape, or form, man. I mean, let me go here to your channel, bro. I usually know it's you just because of the level of stupidity. The level of stupidity that you bring to, no, you're actually somebody that has been around for a year. Dude, are you a fucking moron? Why you always using Bud, hating on Bud, but you use his name as clickbait? Dude, I don't know, dog, because I fucking feel like it. What the fuck you mean, dude? Clickbait. Why clickbait with Bud? Every fucking thing I've ever said about Bud has been the truth. Fucking clown. Why you crying, man? Tell Bud to take the fight, dude. Because your mama gave me something for doing it. That's what. Like you talking about, dog. All you bozo, that's you bozo ass dudes. Anything you don't like is clickbait. Anything you don't like is clickbait. Oh man, Man, why are you clickbaiting? What do you mean? Why am I putting a title in that is going to have people actually watch my videos? Because that's what you're supposed to do, you fucking idiot. What do you mean? Why you have titles that are interesting? Because you're supposed to, you moron. Friendly ass civilian, what's going on, man? DeFred Sanford, bro.
What's happening for nine?
I'm good, brother. What's happening, man?
Hey, man, it's D-Ray, bro.
What's going on, D-Ray? How you feeling, man? What you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Bud's lawsuit in that court and that ruling, man. What you got to say about that, bro?
What I got to say about it? That Bud Crawford, well, first of all, I got to explain what it is. What happened was it's a jurisdictional issue, which is where is the court going to be heard? Bud filed a lawsuit in the state court of Nebraska, of Nevada. Bob Arum, before he was actually served any paper, officially served, asked to have it removed from the state court in Nebraska to a federal court in Nebraska. Huh? Nebraska, yeah, Nevada. He moved, he moved it from state court to federal court. And what the judge ruled was that you can't do that because it's called a snap removal. You have to wait until you're served before you complain about the filing. So Bob just did some shit stupid. But what Bob wanted to do was he wanted to move to federal court because federal court takes longer and it is and they have a more difficult, and it's a more difficult process. So what Bob Arum was probably trying to do was stretch the case out, make it take longer and cost Terence Crawford more money in federal court. But what happened was the judge says, sorry, you can't do that. You had not actually been told about the lawsuit before you had it removed. So we are going to remand it or send it back to state court. If Bob Arum had waited until they served him, somebody knocked on his door, knock, knock, knock. You have now been served and made officially aware that Terence Crawford is suing you. If he had waited for that, then asked to have it removed to federal court, he would have been okay. They would have been over there in federal court. But Bob Arum jumped the gun. And also the contract, I do believe that the contract between Terence Crawford and Top Rank called for the disputes to be settled in the state court of Nebraska. So they had already agreed upon that. It's not a matter of what I think about it. That's factually what happened.
I appreciate your explanation, man. You broke it down. Even I could understand that. Thank you.
Hey, no problem, man.
Hey, but now I want to ask you about the fan base and the ticket thing with Jerry Jones.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if a newspaper in Texas printed a story like that, does that add validation to it, or do you think
I don't understand. Printed a story like what?
Saying that Jerry Jones had purchased tickets at the Spence fight.
That he purchased it? I don't know what you mean. Are you saying like he personally bought a lot of tickets?
Well, that's what the story in the Texas paper had said, I believe.
Is that he bought a lot of tickets?
Yes, sir. To add to the crowd, I guess, is what they're trying to say. So
what does that mean?
So when you're talking about, comparing the fan bases, I'm just saying if Jerry Jones is responsible for a lot of the support, I'm just saying
the numbers. You're talking about he comp tickets. There was very few comps for that fight.
Okay.
I don't know if he said that he bought tickets and he took tickets and he gave tickets away to people. I know that there was whatever was 40,000 and there was less than 900 comps. So whatever the people that actually bought them, it was 38,200. And I think Jerry Jones, I didn't read the article that Jerry Jones might have bought reserved 900 tickets or something like that, and he gave out 900 tickets. But as far as the fan base goes, nah, because because Errol Spence Jr.'s pay-per-views are a lot more. And the fact that he sold 32,000, that's still, I don't know, 25,000 more than Bud's selling. So I don't think it really does much for him.
Great breakdown, bro. I appreciate that. Now, last thing I want to ask you about is the 1.5 on paper for Errol, as far as making, compared to what Bud's guarantee is known to be. Mm-hmm. And then, so how it said Porter's highest payday was against Bud and not EJ. So I'm just saying now everybody know that this is the best fight in boxing, I believe. Some think it's the biggest, and I think that remains to be seen. But, I just want to thank you very much, Fanon. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
No worries. Well, let me get that last part. As far as how Bud was getting paid, Bud is getting paid on ESPN's budget. So there's a difference. Errol Spence Jr. is not getting paid on a budget, right? So, for example, Bob Arum has a contract with ESPN where ESPN gives him a certain amount of money a year to put on fights. So Bob Arum then takes the amount of money that he has and he divides it amongst the fighters that he has. So Terence Crawford negotiated with the guarantees that he got was something that he negotiated with Bob Arum 2 years ago. So he was getting paid. He gets offered a fight, but his minimum that he's going to get paid is really high. So so basically he's giving money. It's not money that he's generating. It's money that ESPN is paying for the program. Where Errol Spence Jr. is getting his money is he's getting money on the pay-per-views that he's actually selling and the ticket sales that he's actually making. So Errol is generating money and gets paid off the money that's generated. Bud is getting paid by Disney and the amount of money that Disney allots, right? But where does that money come from? The money that paid Bud the $6 million comes from the advertising dollars that Disney gets, right? And it's a gigantic corporation, right? So that's kind of the difference. That's the same thing. That's the same thing with what the money that gets paid to Devin Haney from DAZN. That comes out of a budget. That's not Devin generating that money. Gervonta Davis actually has to generate the money. He actually has to sell the tickets. It has to come out of the pockets of people, along with whatever, and there is a budget, I'm sure, for Showtime and how much Showtime is willing to put out. But the majority of that money is coming from the pay-per-view and the gate. So it's a question of how much money you're making. Versus Bud is how much money I'm paying. One guy is cost, the other guy is profit. That makes sense to you.
Right, it does, but so Disney was investing in Bud and Jerry Jones is investing in EJ, right?
No, wrong. Bud, if it is true that he bought those tickets, he's actually buying tickets. Jerry Jones just bought tickets. He's a billionaire. He decides to buy 9,000 tickets and give it away to friends and family or whatever. That's just a billionaire buying a bunch of tickets. Yeah, he's still buying the tickets. He's buying tickets. If I jump out there and I buy all the tickets up myself, somebody still had to buy the tickets. You know what I mean? So, but a budget, look, the budget is there regardless of who is fighting. Bob Arum could decide to give the money to Lomachenko or give the money to this guy or give the money to that guy. It's Bob's decision who he gives the budget to. But selling tickets is you actually generating money for the fight. Selling pay-per-views is you actually generating money from the fight. You're bringing money in. If you're getting paid off of a budget, you're getting money. It's kind of the difference between a salesman and an accountant. Like if your company, you have an accountant, the accountant could be getting $100,000 and paid $100,000, but what's he getting paid for? He's getting paid to count the money. That's why salesmen get so much more money. They make more money because they're actually going out, bringing the money in that the executives then pay to the accountant. And which is why if they're going to get, who are they going to get rid of first? They're going to get rid of a good accountant or a good salesman. When times get tough, they're going to get rid of that accountant because they
Right.
need that salesman to bring the money in. So just think about Errol and Gervonta being the salesman and Terence Crawford being the accountant.
Haney, right?
Haney, exactly. That's why Leonard Ellerby said
Juice.
those guys are what they basically said. That's why Derek James said those guys are employees. Those guys are getting paid off a budget that's already set.
Hey, bro,
ESPN
so whose
didn't.
fault is it? If Bob loses money, Bob should blame Bob, right? Ha ha.
Yeah, but that ain't got nothing to do with Errol. Bob can blame Bob if Bob wants to. I don't believe that's another little bit of gamesmanship from Bob Aaron when said, look, when you say you're losing money, again, that's the accountant. Anytime you pay an accountant, you can say I'm losing money on you because they're not generating money. But that doesn't mean that your company's not making money because they may pay Bud $6 million right out of an $80 million budget, but they may be paying Isaac Dogbay $25,000 for a fight. They may be paying and so they pay him $25,000. But if you average out how much money they gave you and divide that by the number of boxers you have, you could argue that he made $100,000 on Isaac Dogbay. He made $100,000 off this guy, $100,000 off that guy, $500,000 off that guy. But he took a loss on Terence Crawford, right? So that's just people when you're talking about business and all. If he is not, Top Rank is not in the business of making money off of the gate. They're not in the business of making money off of pay-per-view sales. They're making their money from the budget that they get from ESPN. And then they allot it. So any particular person that they pay, they could claim, oh, I lost money on him. Yeah, but who'd you make money off of? Oh, well, Isaac Dogbay, very profitable. When you say, okay, we've got, and I'm going to do a quick example of it, right? You say you got $100 and you got to buy 10 things for $100, right? One thing costs 50. The other 9 cost $1, right? So you paid $59. You lost money on the 50, but you made shitload of money on the ones that cost $1 because you got 100 for it. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Anyway, I don't want to overcomplicate it, but I mean that's as simply as I can. That is as simple as I can make it. Bud is probably having Bud allows Top Rank to be profitable because if he didn't have Bud, if he didn't have Lomachenko, ESPN might not have cut him a contract at all, right? But over on Showtime, these guys are like, look, man, we're not paying a ton of guaranteed money to people. We're going to put all these guys on pay-per-view, and that's what they've been doing. That's why they put guys like Luis Ortiz on pay-per-view. They put Keith Thurman on pay-per-view because they're like, look, dude, if you're gonna get above this, these people you're gonna get paid off what these guys off the tickets you sell and the pay-per-views that are sold. So they use that as a way to pretty much balance their account. But anyway, man, yeah, I don't want to get into it. That's a lot. But hey, thank you, brother. I hope I explained that to you clearly enough.
Man, hey, for nine.
Yes, sir.
Real quick, man, I want to thank you, bro. We just proved that we can have a debate, banter or whatever, man, and be civil with it, bro. So I just want to thank you. Appreciate you, man.
Anytime, man. Thank you, friendly ass citizen. I appreciate you, bro. All right, man. Peace. Yeah. What do you say? Okay, hey man, it's all good, man. No, man, it's a good conversation, man. That ain't nothing but a good conversation, bro. That's a good conversation. There's no sweat in that at all, man. He said pugilism Shiznit said Bob Arum not losing money on nothing. Too shrewd a business. Yeah, exactly, bro. He ain't losing. Man, he ain't losing money on a year-to-year basis. He's making money. Believe it. However, he could be like, look, dog, you're not worth it no more, and I want to invest my money elsewhere. You 34 years old now, man. I'm not going to sign you to another 3-year deal. Not going to do it. Mills Rob said, for now, you really the GOAT. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. Tay 25 Philly said, break it down. He said, break it down, fam. Hey, man, yeah. Look, dude, that's how I see it. You know what I mean? That's how I see it. He knows, bro. He's ignoring. Oh, said, hey, Matty Yo said, have a good long weekend. Hey, man, you as well, bro. You make sure you have one too. Matty Yo, thank y'all so much for y'all support in the super chat and the Cash App. Y'all making me bring out the business talk, dog. I should charge for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Dog. Hey, say you missed some super chats. Oh, bro, let me roll back, man. I'm sorry, man. They skipped, but let me go back. I'm going to go back. John Boy in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for that support, brother. That's huge. Thank you, man. Cal L. Coolit said, for 9, you shot $7 and he lost his wrench. Oh, did I? All right, I'll give him his wrench back. $7. I'll give you that wrench back, $7. Yeah, this is fun, man. This is fun. But I'm telling you, that's why real cats and want to debate don't come nowhere near me. Y'all some frauds. All right? Because I can represent mine. Y'all, I can represent mine. If I give it a point, I'm not hating. I have logical reasons for what I believe. And y'all don't want that smizoke. And I understand why y'all don't want that smoke, bro. I understand why y'all don't want that smoke. Let me put another one down. Let me put another one in there, bro. There you go. Salute for 9, as usual. I am late to the party. Hey, what's up, TD Sims? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, yeah. Oh, my God, man. Hey, while I'm waiting on the next guy, while I'm waiting on Quincy to no-show, and I put another link in there for him. Dude, if you're a Dominican, you cannot call somebody else an Nigger. Okay? You sound like a buffoon. Calling somebody an Nigger. You sound like an absolute moron saying that, dog. Okay? And like an absolute man, dude, you are a moron, bro. Man, I heard that, dog. I'm like, man, you got to be the most self-deluded clown I have ever heard in my life, man. You blacker than me, running around calling somebody a hard R, a Nigger with a hard, and expecting somebody to feel something about it. Dude, you black. Hey, ding, 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 ding. Do your DNA, dog. Do your DNA. I'll bet you $1,000. You do your DNA, it is going to be loaded with sub-Saharan African. Do your DNA test, dog. Do it. Y'all, I know y'all hair, dog. Y'all running past them DNA tests, running straight to perming that hair out, bro. I couldn't believe I heard that. I could not hear. Y'all are running right by it. Right by it. Brian Eldridge in the building for 9. What is the possibility of Bud Errol ending in a draw? Dog, like 1 in 1,000, man. 1 in 1,000. Much love in that super chat, Brian Eldridge. That means a lot, brother. Thank you for that support. What's going on to my man, John Green? What's going on, brother?
What's up, Fanon? Man, I'm glad you just broke that down so eloquently, because that's how I view it. How I view the Bud and Earl Spence negotiations is, it's kind of like talking to an employee versus an entrepreneur. You know, in the Errol situation and all PPC sides, I look at it like, yeah, they don't give you that upfront cost, but it's like, hey, you got to keep promoting yourself and you got to keep doing those certain things. But when you have this budget, kind of like the AJ situation, you know, they can just throw kind of money at it, and they can lose money on AJ, but then they're going to throw a bunch of trash fights throughout the year. And then they're gonna make money on it, because they're not going to pay these fighters nothing, man. Oh, here go $2,500, go punch your head in. But they're gonna make a ton of money. And so that's how I see. I think Bud is not in reality because he was getting overpaid with Bob Arum, and now he's jumping out there on his own, and he's trying to ask for the moon and the stars, which he should. I mean, Bud is a good fighter, but really the money not there, man. I just don't know if I mean, I hope we see the fight. I want to see the fight, man. I would like to see who win, but man, I think and this is all a perception, man. I think Bud might be asking for more than what's out there, but I could be wrong.
Hey man, we may turn around and get the fight Monday. We may. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that we get it, man. It's fun to talk about though, man. Like I like see if we don't something like people will say like, man, why y'all keep talking about we talk about that? Dude, you really can learn a lot of stuff watching how this stuff goes down, man.
Yeah.
As an entrepreneur, I like how you did that because that is exactly what that is. It's like when you work for yourself and you have to generate it yourself, you get a big chunk of what it is that you make. When you working for somebody else, you are getting paid a salary. And these cats are going to give you what they think is going to balance their budget based on how important that they think you are. But when you jump, I don't know, but when you jump into a scenario where it's more of an entrepreneurial setup, they'll be like, look, man, how much money are you going to bring in? Like, that's the first one. How much money? Because I worked for companies where people would go from companies like where you worked at IBM to where you work at like, an independent consulting firm, something like that.
Yeah.
And that's a big shift. Like over there, you have, you're going to get steady increases every year. You walk around, they'll give you a 5% increase. They'll give you your performance review as long as you're doing the things that you need to do. And the companies, you know what I'm saying? Not saying it's not tough.
You got a cap too.
You got a cap. Yeah. You got a cap there too. But when you're doing independent stuff, it's like if you can't kill nothing, you gonna starve. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. They're looking at it like that. Like, hey man, if you ain't doing it, see you later, brother. What can I do? It's just two different scenarios.
It's kind of like the age-old minimum wage, the minimum wage argument. A company saying, hey, I got to turn a profit, so I'm gonna give you $7.25 an hour. The employee is saying, hey, well, man, I can't live off $7.25 an hour. Hey, that's the budget. Whereas an Errol is like, hey, I'm going to get out here and I'm going to get it. You might strike gold. You might catch lightning in the bottle and be a Floyd Mayweather and make $100 million in a night.
Yeah, because he's writing. Yeah, he's writing his own checks. It's kind of goes with it.
That's that difference, though. And I think a lot of people are looking at that gray area and not looking at the two different business models and saying, oh, well, this person is ducking. I don't think either one of them ducking. I just think that one of them is used to one way and the other one is used to the other way. And now he doesn't have Bob Arum negotiating for him. He has his new team. We don't know if his new team is even good or not. I don't know. I don't know who's helping negotiation. This is your first negotiating. You want to negotiate one of the biggest fights in boxing. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. And it's, hey, man, it is what it is, man. But it is what it is, man. No doubt. Hey, man, I got T. Wells behind me, brother. Right, hey, man, thank you for coming on in, John. Appreciate you, man. Holla at you next time. T. Wells, you got back to where you was. That's what's up. What's good, man?
Hey, what's going on, Fanon? Can you hear me?
I can hear you very clearly.
Cool. I was driving earlier, so.
Hey, no worries.
I love that analogy. Employer, entrepreneur, somebody who actually is doing their own business now while still working the job as a salesman. I understand what it means to bring to the table and have that advantage. Now, first off, shout out to everybody in the chat, King Judah, Q, everybody. But just wanted to bring up Alexander Usyk, Anthony Joshua.
Oh, okay, cool. Let me do these two super chats real quick, brother. Cal L. Coolidge said, I don't agree with his positions a lot, but Quincy did say he spends this weekend with his kids in the chat Thursday. Can't knock that. No doubt about it, bro. I knew he wasn't showing up. Quincy, but he wanted to go get on here regardless. King, I'm trying to tell you, it ain't easy money over here, dog. I be trying to tell y'all. It ain't easy money, bro. Crawford going to make sure he gets paid because he knows he might get embarrassed, and I think Spence doesn't worry about it. Much love in that super chat, brother. Oh, go ahead, brother. Thank you, Mike Kirkland. Thank you, Kal-El Cool It. That means a lot, brother. Thank you, man.
Oh
Go
man,
ahead,
that's good,
T-Wells. My
man.
bad.
Oh, you good, man. Get the support, man. I appreciate everybody's support too, and get the likes up. Yeah, Alexander Usyk, Anthony Joshua. If Anthony Joshua by somehow pull it out of his ass, you think Wilder comes back and be able to make that fight?
I think other than the Tyson Fury fight, I think Deontay Wilder can make any fight, especially because he's the only American heavyweight, only one. And if those guys want to make money, getting Deontay Wilder back on top is pronto for America for really for the heavyweight division, man. Because Tyson Fury is never coming back to America. Because with that stuff that happened with him, did you hear about that?
Yeah, I did. I heard about all that and
Yeah.
how he pretty much, and he didn't even want to disown old boy, which is crazy. And he knows that's going to take away his money.
Yeah, he's never going to get back in the United States. So all of those dudes are going to be earning that money over there in the UK and having to fight over the UK for those belts. And they cannot, and only guy that can come over here and bring him over here is if AJ beats Usyk. And Usyk is and I don't think he will, and Usyk is because Usyk's a very good fighter, but he's like not going to draw a fly to a garbage can in the United States. So all of that stuff, dude, like AJ is like Humpty Dumpty, bro. They're not going to put that together. I don't think they're going to be able to put that back together again. Hold on one second. Keith Nolan said, for nine, going a little longer today. Gratitude, yo. Keep smashing that like button, people. Jerron Ennis, roll, slip, counter, uppercut that like button. Yes, sir. Yeah, dog. Actually, I started a half an hour earlier today. Keith Nolan. But yeah, that's what I think about it. I think that Deontay Wilder is dude, like the only one of three big name heavyweights, and if these promoters want to make good money in any heavyweight fight, they're going to need Deontay Wilder.
Yeah. And what do you think about if Wilder actually goes against Usyk though? Because he's a pretty good boxer in terms of moving around the ring. But I still think Wilder would catch him. But how you feel about that matchup? And I'm gonna be out.
Oh, I would suspect that Usyk better not get hit.
Already, man.
Because he's got the reach. He's got that very long reach.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very long reach. Usyk is a smaller guy, and Usyk is going to get hit, bro. So Usyk is going to be very, very careful around him. But dude, I don't think it's an easy. I think that fight, just depends on what is left. To be very, very honest, I'm a Deontay Wilder fan, but also going to matter what Deontay Wilder has left. Because Deontay Wilder went through some very, very savage wars with Tyson Fury, and that he took a lot of punishment on those fights. So it's just going to depend on how he comes back, man. I would suggest that he fights somebody that is a easy fight, gets him out of there, gets a win under his belt, and then but as far as the fights that are going to get made, Deontay Wilder is a guy that these guys are going to want to fight, but Tyson Fury is going to flake out of boxing in a second, man. He's going to be gone, bro.
Yeah,
that's my
I know
take.
that. Yeah. Well, man, shout out to taking me on today, man. Y'all enjoy the chat. I'm about to get back to this grind.
All right, man. Peace, man. Good luck in that work, brother. All right. So yeah, man, that's fun, man. That was good fun, man. So look, man, thank y'all so much. I think we did it today. We had a good time today. Been a really good chat. For sure. Make sure y'all come back tomorrow. I'm gonna probably go check out that fight that took place earlier today. And with that, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Let me do something real quick. Do something real quick. Just check. Make sure I didn't miss. I did. I missed my man, Mr. Reddy Andretti in the building. He said, love your show, but Crawford knocking Spence out. Hey, man. Hey, bro. Hey, I appreciate that support, Reddy Andretti. That's what's up, man. Thank you so much, man. But I think that dent is a target. Yeah, man, got his head dented. Yeah, how you dent somebody's head, bro? Crazy. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. And with that, I'm finna bounce. Peace.